Time now for Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on WOCO Stereo FM.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine.
Today's game being brought to you by 24/7 Well and Pump, Islandfeld, Scatcherd, and Anderson, the NAW Credit Union, O'Connell Pharmacy, the O'Connell Falls Insurance, Stevenson National Bank and Trust, and Wiz Piggly Wiggly, also by America Inn, Brew Pub Pizza, Cellcom, Tri-City Glass, and Triangle Distributing.
Welcome to Witter Field here in Wisconsin Rapids. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs, and we are here at Witter Field where the Bullfrogs are set to host the Wisconsin, or rather have traveled out to take on the Raptors for the first game of the second half of the Northwoods League season. The standings for the first half have gone final, as this is the first day and a new day for the Bullfrogs. Of course, coming into the game, they finished the first half of the season in 9th place, and the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, who they face off against today, finished in 1st. The Raptors clinched their playoff spot for the end of the season, and in fact, they clinched their playoff spot for the third half in a row. They would win the first and second half last season, and they've won their first half this season. The St. Cloud Rocks are the victors in the north side of the division, just beating out the Waterloo Bucks by 1 game. Let's give you the final standings of the first half of the year. Starting off with the North Division, at the top of the table was the St. Cloud Rocks. They would go 25-11, beating out the Waterloo Bucks by 1 game. The Bucks would go 24-12 and finish in second. The Mankato Moondogs finished in third. The Wilmore Stingers 4th. Honkers 5th. Bismarck Larks and Duluth Huskies at 6th and 7th. In 8th is the Eau Claire Express. 9th, the La Crosse Loggers. And at the bottom of the table in the North Division were the Thunder Bay Border Cats. And for the South Division, the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors beat out the Kenosha Kingfish by 4.5 games, winning the South half of the division in the first half of the year, 27-9. A .750 win percentage, the best in team history. The Kenosha Kingfish finished in second at 22-13. The Battle Creek Bombers finished in third, 1 game above the Madison Mallards, who finished in fourth. 1 game, and the Mallards finished 1 game ahead of the Lakeshore Chinooks, who had a great end of the year. They would win 7 of their last 10 games, finishing in 5th place at 18-17. The Rockford Rivets finished at 500 at 17-17. They went on a 3-game skid to end the year, winning just 3 of their last 10 games. The Fond du Lac Dock Spiders would end the first half of the season on a 4-game winning streak. In fact, beat the Green Bay Bullfrogs, beating both sides of it, in fact, of the home series, that is. They finished at 16-20, 1 game ahead of the Wisconsin Woodchucks, who finished in 8th. They finished 3 games ahead of the Green Bay Bullfrogs. Of course, all 3 of those teams were knotted up a few games back ago. About a week ago, the Woodchucks, Dock Spiders, and Bullfrogs were all tied for 7th place. The Kalamazoo Growlers ended things out at the bottom of the table, 17 games back behind the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. They end the year out on a win, however, beating the Lakeshore Chinooks, and they go 9-25 to end the year. And that's the table for the first half. Now for the second half. You look at the lineup, everyone is 0-0. It's a brand new year for everybody. Brand new half of the season, I should say. 0-0 are the Bullfrogs. It's something that they can put their hats on, mark on their calendars, and get excited for, because, of course, they finished 9th in the South the first time around. We'll see what they can finish here in the second half of the season against the defending Northwoods League champions and the champions of the first half. We'll give you your lineups for today. Starting off with the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, it'll be Nick Anderson leading things off, the center fielder. Batting second will be Jake Gunther, the right fielder. Batting third will be Ryan Steckel. He'll be playing first base tonight for the Raptors. Batting fourth will be Dustin Woodcock, who has had an unbelievable year. He'll be the designated hitter out of SIU Edwardsville. Batting in the 5 hole out of UNLV will be the shortstop Bryson Stott. Batting in the 6 hole, Jackson McGowan. He'll be third baseman out of Purdue. Christian Jones is batting in the 7 hole out of Campbell University playing second base. Christian Jones yesterday, a 3-home run day on July 4th. Wyatt Mascarella, the catcher out of McHenry County College, will be batting in the 8 hole. And rounding things out, batting 9th, will be Will Davis, the left fielder out of Hope International. The starter tonight for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, it'll be the guy out of Las Vegas, Tavita Gerber. The left-handed pitcher will be out on the bump tonight, as it will be a left-handed pitcher versus left-handed pitcher showdown. The starting pitcher tonight for the Bullfrogs, Connor Wallersheim, their ace. Leading things off for the Bullfrogs tonight will be the Alonzo Jones Show. He's had a great season so far, leading the team in batting average out of Vanderbilt. He'll be playing center field. Riley Smith will follow him up, finds himself in the 2-hole quite often here recently, the shortstop out of Minnesota. Batting third will be Mikey Falia, the designated hitter out of UC Irvine. And batting fourth will be Brad Hamilton. He finds himself back behind the plate, and batting cleanup is currently probably the most likely to be in the All-Star game for the Bullfrogs this year. Hamilton's been phenomenal behind the plate at Kent State. Batting fifth will be Troy Johnston, the left fielder out of Gonzaga. Batting sixth will be Ben Hart out of Oakland, the second baseman tonight. Alex Pinner finds himself over at third again. He's had a great couple of games here recently for the Bullfrogs out of Scottsdale Community College. Tanner Poole will be the right fielder tonight for the Bullfrogs out of Mississippi State. Of course, Tanner Poole has gotten back to his hitting ways, but was on a bit of a skid after having an awesome debut for the Bullfrogs. And rounding things out in the 9 hole will be Willie Bourbon, the first baseman tonight out of Northwestern. We've seen him play third a couple of times this season. However, they're throwing him over to first base, and he's been solid there. He's batting in the 9 hole tonight. And, of course, as mentioned, Connor Wallersheim getting the start out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Wallersheim has by far been the best pitcher in the bullpen for the Frogs, has a 2.40 ERA and a 3-2 record. The most wins on the team, 28 strikeouts, the best ERA for any starter. This will be his 6th start of the season. Let's take a look at the games going on today here in the Northwoods League. The Thunder Bay Border Cats have already gotten their game final. They had a 1 o'clock showdown against the Mankato Moondogs. They lost 4-8. The La Crosse Loggers currently have a 3-1 lead over the Eau Claire Express. In the top of the second inning, the Bismarck Larks have a 1-run lead over the Duluth Huskies, 3-2. In the top of the second, the Rockford Rivets currently tied up with the Lakeshore Chinooks, 2-2. The Wisconsin Woodchucks getting off on the right foot here in the second half of this season. They are up on the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, who, of course, on a 4-game winning streak coming into that game, 3-0. That one's just in the bottom of the second. In the top of the first, the St. Cloud Rocks tied up with the Rochester Hawkers, 0-0. The Kenosha Kingfish are currently trailing the Battle Creek Bombers in the bottom of the fourth inning, 1-2. The Madison Mallards are currently trailing the Kalamazoo Growlers 3-4 in the top of the third. And in the top of the first inning, the Waterloo Bucks are tied up with the Wilmer Stingers 0-0. Of course, all these games, the first games for everybody here in the second half of the season. Of course, this first pitch here tonight in Wisconsin Rapids has been moved back 5 minutes, so 7:10 first pitch. All the players coming out to the field now to get ready for the first pitch, and of course the national anthem. Green Bay Bullfrogs led by Chris Sabo, 3-time All-Star and World Series champions with the Cincinnati Reds. He's assisted by Matt Ellenbest, Chris Marstons, and Mike Ramazzotti. First pitch is thrown, and a big applause from the crowd, and we're going to step aside as we'll be back with the first pitch. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
At 24/7 well and pump service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site. Whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines, they'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 well and pump service. Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American Inn hospitality.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
It's Cellcom's Customer Appreciation Celebrations. Get smartphones from the top 2 brands for just a penny each, along with food prizes and sales on accessories. Cellcom, built for you. Available day of event only. New 2-year activation qualified upgrade required. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/celebrate for details.
Hello and welcome back to Witter Field here in Wisconsin Rapids, where the Bullfrogs have traveled out to take on the South Division first half champions. Of course, the defending Northwoods champions as well. This team has won the past 3 halves in a row. The Bullfrogs come into the contest with an overall record of 12-23, but looking to get on the winning side here in the second half of the season. They've added some new faces and some new players to this team, and we'll see what they can do with a roster that looks nearly completely different from the roster that started the year out. Today, the Bullfrogs added 2 more pitchers. It was Garrett Gooden out of Georgia Tech and Matt Giota out of a community college out in California with the name of Riverside City College. About to get underway here with the first pitch. Of course, the starting pitcher tonight for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors will be Will Davis. Or, excuse me, Wyatt Mask. That's not it either. It's Tavita Gerber out on the bump tonight for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. Of course, Will Davis out in left, Anderson in center, Gunther in right, McGowan at third, Stout at short, Jones at second, Steckel at first, Mascarella behind the plate. So far this season, the starting pitcher for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, Gerber, comes into the game supporting an ERA of 6.40. He has started in 3 games this year, pitched 19 2/3 innings, allowing 14 earned runs. Has walked 6 and struck out 9 with an 0-1 record. Due up for the Bullfrogs in this first inning will be Alonzo Jones, Riley Smith, and Mikey Falia. Alonzo Jones, the center fielder tonight for the Bullfrogs, digs in. The switch hitter batting righty here against the left-handed pitcher in Gerber. Gerber stares him down, nods off, shakes off one pitch, nods at the next. First pitch he sees, swung on, pop up, foul ball behind the plate, and it's in foul territory. That one fouled back into the backstop netting. And it's an 0-1 count now with no outs on the board. Alonzo Jones digs back in after last night having a relatively good day for the Bullfrogs, managed a hit. 0-1 pitch from Gerber. Fastball runs way out of target. That one's all the way back into the backstop over the head of Mascarella. Can't even put a glove on it. Moves the count, even a ball and a strike. Last night, the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors would have an absolute great day. They would beat the Rockford Rivets 14-1. Rivets in the year out on a 4-game losing streak. 1-1 pitch, swung on, line drive in the middle of the field. Center fielder Anderson's there to make the grab. Line drive straight to dead center. Anderson kind of misread it for a moment, and then he started jogging forward, and he easily made the grab. One retired will bring up Riley Smith, the shortstop out of Minnesota University. Smith takes a big cut and digs in, supporting the Franklin batting gloves. No shin guard or Evo shield. Gerber steps off the mound, readjusts his jersey, wipes his face, and steps on the rubber. Riley Smith so far this season for the Bullfrogs comes into the game supporting a .296 batting average. This just his 8th game of the year. First pitch he sees, fastball right across Broadway, 0-1. Well, here at Ritter Field, it's a pretty uniform stadium here. It's 320 down left and right field, 375 down center. 0-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled away right side, up and into the parking lot past the stadium here. Moves the count 0-2. Smith falls behind. Smith in a short time has managed 3 RBIs for the Bullfrogs, has 8 hits in his 7 contests. Has yet to get a double bagger and has been walked twice, striking out 4 times. 0-2 pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Make it 5 times on the season. The first out recorded after the line out by Jones. So 2 away here in the top of the first inning will bring up Mikey Falia, the designated hitter. Last night, the starting pitcher for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors would throw a no-hitter through the 5 innings and nearly pitched a complete game shutout. However, late in the game, the Rockford Rivets would manage to get a hit. That lone run coming in the 9th. First pitch, Falia sees. Swung on, line drive into right center field. Nick Anderson, the center fielder, tracks over to the left and makes the grab. That will do it for the top of the first frame. Bullfrogs go down quickly in order, 1, 2, 3. We'll come back with the bottom of the first after this. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960. Specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents Margie Dahl and Oconto and Paul Huberty and Lena can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business, agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agents Margie Dahl at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Hello and welcome back to Whitterfield here in Wisconsin Rapids. Bullfrogs have traveled to take on the Raptors for this first game of the second half of the season. Connor Wallersheim, left-handed pitcher out of Kent State, gets the nod and the start out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Brad Hamilton will be behind home plate, throwing the signs out. Pinner's over at third. Riley Smith at shortstop, Ben Hart at second, and Willie Bourbon at first. From left to right field, it's Falia, Jones, and Poole. Leading things off here in the bottom of the first inning will be Nick Anderson, the center fielder. He got 2 put-outs in the top of the first frame and now stands in. Batting .257 on the year with 13 RBIs. Just takes a cut at the first pitch he sees, fouls it back, moves the count to 0-1. Anderson steps out and steps back in. Raptors in their all-white uniforms with maroon shoulders and sleeves trimmed in gold. 0-1 pitch to him. Fastball runs high, moves the count to 1 ball and a strike to start things off here in the bottom of the first inning. Bark in the Park night here tonight at Ritter Field. 1-1 pitch runs wide, moves the count to 2-1. Here at Ritter Field, of course, all sorts of different pups running around and barking in the park, as you will. Some cute dogs here. I love it. 2-1 pitch, runs wide. Hitters count now 3 balls and a strike. No outs on the board. Of course, we got started about 5 minutes late. We'll see if that has any effect on the play at all. It's a damp one out tonight. 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Behind that one, moves the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Connor Wallersheim, of course, he's a left-handed pitcher that wastes no time. The second the batter steps into the box, he's dealing. Sure enough, deals in the payoff. Swung on, belting liner foul, right side, past the bouncy house area. And out of the stadium as well. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Anderson readjusts himself and stands back in. Wallersheim wasting no time, sends in the payoff. Runs inside for strike 3. A backwards K to lead off the bottom of the first inning. And that will bring up Jake Gunther, the right fielder. Gunther so far on the season for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors has been a player to watch. Of course, the duo of Gunther and Woodcock have just been absolutely polarizing this season. 344 is Woodcock, and Gunther sits at 324 on the season. 22 RBIs. Wow. First pitch he sees goes by for a strike, just finding the outside corner. 0-1 pitch to him. Breaking ball, that one just misses a bit high, it looked like. Evens the count, a ball and a strike. Wallersheim stares him down, comes set. The lefty deals in the 1-1. Swung on, it's a line driving to left. Mikey Falia can't make the sliding save. Gunther rounding first, he's going to go for 2. Falia back at the warning track, finally picks up the ball, and it's a stand-up double for Jake Gunther. The Sacramento City College product squared away at that one and grabbed the first hit of the game for the Raptors. Mikey Falia nearly had the opportunity to make the spectacular play out there and left. However, tries to slide in and misjudged it, and it gets past him. Falia out there in outfield with his head down after allowing that one to get by him, but it's a double for Gunther. He now stands in scoring position at second, and Ryan Steckel digs in. He's had a pretty good start to the year as well, batting .338. Wallersheim stares him down. Checks the runner at second and deals in the first pitch to him. Steckel watches it go by into the glove, 0-1. Ryan Steckel out of Canisius College has 30 RBIs on the day. On the year, I should say. Wallersheim staring him down. Deals in the 0-1. Swung on and missed. He falls behind the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Wallersheim hitting 86 with that fastball. Of course, Wallersheim, the ace for the Bullfrogs this season, has the best ERA on the team of any other starter and the most wins as well with a 3-2 record and a 2.40 ERA. Wallersheim checks the runner at second. Deals in the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Make it 2 Ks in this first frame for the lefty out of Kent State. That'll bring up Dustin Woodcock, the designated hitter. He's the guy that has just been lights out on this season. 344 batting average on the year, has 42 hits, 10 doubles, 5 home runs, and 30 RBIs. Most RBIs on the team, second most home runs, most doubles, and right up there for hits as well, third on the team. Has been great. The lefty stands in, supporting the shin guard on the right leg. Watches a fastball run wide, 1-0. Woodcock steps out, readjusts his batting gloves, and stands back in. Out of SIU Edwardsville, Wallersheim stares him down. Dialed in. 2 strikeouts already on the night. 1-0 pitch misses wide. Check swing did not come around. He gets ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. You can hear a pup barking out into the stands here. I almost have to wonder if that has any effect on the pitcher. Not every day you hear a dog barking at you while you're out there on the mound. 2-0 pitch. Finds the outside black. Nice fastball from the lefty. Moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. So it's the second half of the season. For Bullfrogs fan, that's a good one. Of course, we're at the bottom of the table in the first half. We'll see what the second half holds. Wallersheim checks Gunther at second. Gives him another look. Deals in the 2-1. Swung on, fouled away left side. Out into the parking lot. And it evens the count to Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second. Dustin Woodcock out of Jacksonville, Illinois. Was a freshman All-American back in 2015. Stands in with an open stance. Wallersheim deals. Swung on, ground ball to first. Willie Bourbon's there, makes the grab, foot race to the bag. Bourbon wins. 3 outs on the board. That will end the first frame. Wallersheim grabs 2 strikeouts to start it off, and we will move to the second inning. Bullfrogs tied up with the Rafters 0-0. We'll come back with the second after this. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
We've heard it time and time again. You want local loan decisions and servicing, faster turnaround, and answers to your questions handled right here in Oconto. At the Stevenson National Bank and Trust, we've got all of those bases covered, from local loan decisions and on-time closings to great rates and fair terms. Visit me, Bob Schwartz, at the Stevenson National Bank and Trust. I've helped many people, and now I'd like to help you with your next loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
Hello and welcome back to Witter Field. Here, home of the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. We're tied up after one frame, 0-0. The sun starting to try to peep through the crowds in what has been a wet Wednesday evening. About an hour of rain this early afternoon, and then about 35 minutes or so of some rain that pushed our start time back 5 minutes. But the sun peeping out now, out past the stadium behind us. Brad Hamilton swings at the first pitch he sees, and it's a fly ball to right. Right fielder Gunther's underneath of it, and he's got the grab. 1 pitch and 1 out for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors will bring up Troy Johnston, the left fielder. Brad Hamilton finds himself back up into the lineup. Of course, he's leading the Bullfrogs team in batting average if you count it as plate appearances as well. He's about 15th in the league. Troy Johnston now digs in for the Bullfrogs. He's batting .255 on the year. Has 18 RBIs, which leads the team. Swings at the first pitch he sees. Grounder off the middle of the field. Base hit. Troy Johnston grabs the first hit of the day for the Bullfrogs, and they have their first base runner as well, as they would go down in order to start off the game. Johnston finds himself back up in the lineup today. Did not play yesterday for the Bullfrogs. He's the designated hitter. Sends a ground ball right up the middle of the field, just to the right of the mound. Second baseman Jones can't get a glove on it, and neither can the pitcher Gerber, and it's into shallow center for a base hit. Johnston takes the lead over at first, and Ben Hart, the second baseman out of Oakland University, now digs in. Gerber stares him down, gives Johnston a look over at first. The lefty deals in the first pitch. Fastball that's inside gets away from the catcher Mascarella, and Troy Johnston easily jogs over to second. Now runner in scoring position for the Bullfrogs with no outs on the board. Bullfrogs last night would lose a contest against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders 8-5 in a game where they would go down 8-1 and had a solid rally attempt. But however, with 2 runners on and a tying run at the plate in the top of the 9th, they would strike out their next 2 batters and go down. Benhart stands in. The righty out of Oakland watches the 1-0 go by, takes a cut at it, and misses. Moves the count even, a ball and a strike. Troy Johnson will step out, restrap his batting gloves, and stand back in. Gerber, the left-handed pitcher who has had his struggles on the mound this year for the Raptors, stands in. Deals in the 1-1. Swung on, ground ball straight to the shortstop. Throw to first in time, but it moves Troy Johnston over to third, a run 90 feet away now. Alex Pinner, the third baseman, will dig in for the Bullfrogs, the Scottsdale Community College product. And switch hitter stands in. Of course, batting righty here against the left-handed pitcher in Gerber. The Bullfrogs this season have had their struggles against left-handed pitchers. Alex Pinner has had much more success batting lefty than righty this year. First pitch you see, breaking ball right across the zone, 0-1. Alex Pinner against left-handed pitchers this year is batting 190. Watches the 0-1 go by for a ball wide, evens the count 1-1. However, against right-handed batters, or pitchers I should say, he's batting 280. Switch hitter stands in, looking to improve those left-handed statistics. Gerber stares him down and deals in the 1-1. Fastball runs low across the plate, moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs on the board. Troy Johnston is standing over at third base. He takes a lead now. Bullfrogs looking to take an early lead against this Wisconsin Rapids team. They have managed to take a lead in their past 3 games, but would drop all 3. 2-1 pitch. Runs inside for ball 3. Hitter count now, 3 balls and a strike. One thing I have noticed with Alex Pinner when he's batting righty versus lefty is he's much more patient when he's on the left side of the plate batting righty, and has been walked quite many times than he has when he's batting lefty. 3-1 pitch swung on, ground ball left side. That's a base hit, and it will score Troy Johnston. Third baseman Jason McGowan can't put his glove on it. It's a hot shot of a grounder over towards him, and it's just underneath his glove. Gets into left field, and it's a base hit RBI for Alex Pinner. Bullfrogs take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 2nd inning. That'll bring up Tanner Poole, the outfielder out of Mississippi State. Poole on the season for the Bullfrogs comes into the game supporting a batting average of .235. Has 6 RBIs on the season. Waving his lumber around, awaiting the offering from Gerber. He kicks the leg and sends it in. Fastball well inside, in the dirt as well. Poole watched it go by. 1-0 count to start off the at-bat. Poole last night for the Bullfrogs would go 1 for 4 with a walk. Gerber comes set. Throw back to first. Pinner stretches back to the bag. Wasn't the best pickoff attempt. Of course, realized that he just wanted to make sure he wasn't going anywhere. Pinner, however, has just 2 stolen bases on the year. He takes a lead at first, the 1-0 delivery, and actually they catch him between the base paths. Wow. Pinner going back and forth now towards second, towards first, getting run down. Fake throw, they're going to try to tag him, and they do. It ends the inning. I just mentioned he kind of just tossed one over to first the first time. And sure enough, they just kind of tossed it over the second time as well. Pinner only had a 2-step lead, but can't get back to the bag. And the 3rd out is retired. However, Pinner managed the RBI single, so I'm sure he won't get the hardest time against him. And the Bullfrogs take a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the second. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Do you feel like you're paying too much for your medication? Stop in at O'Connell Pharmacy and see our pharmacist, Ron or Poom, about our cost minimization program. We can save you some money. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
We all want to be self-sufficient, whether it's fixing projects at home, whether it's changing the oil on the car, or maybe even keeping your checkbook balanced. But when it comes to income taxes, trust me, you don't want to do it yourself. You don't want to do it with someone that just does it 3 months a year as a little sideline job. You need to work with a proactive 24/7 CPA firm that can actually get you results and keep more money in your pocket. Pick up the phone today, 715-735-0583.
Hello and welcome back to Witter Field. Here in the bottom of the second inning, we're about to get underway. Connor Wallersheim, the left-handed pitcher out of Kent State, still out on the bump for the Bullfrogs. Started off his night with 2 Ks in the bottom of the first. We'll see what he can do here in the bottom of the second as the shortstop Bryson Stott digs in. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters here in the bottom of the second for the Raptors. Stott, McGowan, and Christian Jones. The shortstop stands in, open stance. The left-handed batter watches the first one to run wide, 1-0. Stott's having a good year as well. I mean, it almost seems like everyone on this Raptors team is. I guess they are. Of course, the first half of the season, South Division champions. Stott's batting .323 with 27 RBIs. Watches the 1-0 go by for a strike, a 1-1 count. That one skips across the plate for a ball, 2-1 count now. Stott will rearrange some clay underneath of his cleats and stand back in. Wallersheim, he's the pitcher that wastes no time out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Rocks back and sends in the 2-1. Swung on, slow grounder to Ben Hart at second. The scoop and the throw is way off the bat. It's a slow grounder to the second baseman, Ben Hart. Fielded it cleanly, popped up, and the throw is 3 feet or so way off the bag. Bourbon almost has a solid attempt just to put the glove on it. Tries to scoop and tag him, but he can't. And it's an error against Ben Hart. And Stott gets on due to the E4. Jason McGowan, the third baseman, now digs in. The right-handed hitter out of Purdue. First pitch to him. Fastball. Foul tip into the mitts of Brad Hamilton, 0-1. McGowan looks over at his head coach over there on the third base side, Craig Nato, and stands back in. Wallersheim checks the runner at first and deals. 0-1 pitch, runs low and inside. Missing the zone, moves the count to a ball and a strike. No outs on the board. Bullfrogs currently have a 1-0 advantage over the Raptors. Bullfrogs 0-4 on the season against the Raptors, and they have had their struggles. Have been outscored by this team 32-4 in their first four meetings. 1-1 pitch gets away from Brad Hamilton all the way over towards the backstop. The runner at first, Bryson Stott, scampers over to second. And now a runner in scoring position with no outs on the board for the Raptors. Craig Nato showing the signs out to his base runner and hitter. McGowan, who supports the blonde locks coming out of his helmet, stands in. The maroon and white batting gloves, waves it around. Wallersheim deals a 2-1, swung on, fouled away left side. Moves the count even to a 2. Bullfrogs, after today's matchup, will travel back home for another 3-game homestand. They've been at home quite often recently and will remain that way for the majority of July. Wallersheim checks the runner at second. Deals in the 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed. 3 strikeouts on the night for Wallersheim now as Jason McGowan swings and misses. That'll bring up probably the hottest bat in the Northwoods League, Christian Jones. The second baseman yesterday on July 4th would make some fireworks of his own as he put 3 homers over the wall yesterday. 3 home runs for the kid out of Campbell University. Would be labeled the Northwoods League Player of the Night, and honestly, rightfully so. Had a great day yesterday afternoon. Stands in the right-handed batter, supporting the black and white batting gloves and wrist tape. First pitch he sees, fastball inside, 1-0. Wallersheim pumping up the heat against Jones, now up to 87. Other fastballs were hitting 85 and 86. Jones steps out, looks over at Nato, and stands back in. Wallersheim with the ball in his left hand, moving it around in his hand behind his hip. Comes set now, checks the runner at second who had a suicidal lead, and he stares him down and digs in the 1-0, swung on and missed. 86 was behind it. 1 ball and a strike now. And out on the board. Runner at second, and Bryson Stott takes his lead. Wallersheim, the left-handed pitcher out of Kent State, comes set. Gives the runner at second a glance, gives him another, and deals in the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Jones behind that one as well. 86. Wallersheim stepping it up here against the reigning Northwoods League Player of the Night. What really was a dreary day when the Bullfrogs showed up has turned into a quite nice evening. Sun now shining. There's a faint rainbow out in right field. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled off the end of the bat. Right side of the backstop. 87 that time. One ball and 2 strikes. The count will remain. Christian Jones digs in with an out on the board. Wallersheim with 3 strikeouts already on the night. Checks the runner at second and deals in the 1-2. Breaking ball. Swung on and missed. What a pitch from Wallersheim. Make that 4 Ks on the day. Was throwing him nothing but cheese for the entire at-bat, and then sends in a breaking ball that just fools Jones. He had nothing to do about that one. And that will bring in the new batter for the Wisconsin Rapid Drafters, Wyatt Mascarella. Carella out of McHenry County College, the catcher for the Raptors, batting .233 on the year. Stands in, waving his lumber around. Wallersheim checks the runner at second and deals in the first pitch to him. Fastball that runs high and it gets away from Brad Hamilton. Runner at second will move on over to third. As another ball gets away from Brad Hamilton. This runner at third has gotten there all because of Bullfrogs. He hasn't really done all that much. An error gets him on base, an E4 in fact, and then a pass ball moves him to second, and then another pass ball moves him just 93 away from tying this game. A 1-0 count after the pass ball and the 1-0 pitch to him. Fastball well inside, 2-0. Mascarella has to lean away from that one. That was aiming straight for his inside shoulder. Connor Wallersheim stares him down, comes set, rocks back and sends in the 2-0. Fastball right across the zone for a strike. Brad Hamilton had popped up to fake a snap throw over to third. Runner over there, and Stott slides back safely. Connor Wallersheim shakes off one pitch, likes the next one, sends in the 2-1. Another fastball. Actually, that one had some spin on it. 75 curveball. That thing was moving. 3 balls and a strike now. Hitters count for Mascarella. He digs in on deck for the Raptors as Will Davis. Takes a cut at the 3-1 pitch, fouls it up and away past the press box and past the stadium. Full count now. Mascarella draws the X across the plate and now waves this black bat around. Payoff pitch, swung on, a blooper into right. That's going to drop fair. It's an RBI single for Mascarella, and it ties the game. 1 ball. Makes it into right field, and just like that, it's a 1-1 ball game. It's an unearned run against Connor Wallersheim, of course, as he would get on base due to an error against Ben Hart. A couple of pass balls moves him over to third, and just like that, it's a tie ball game. Will Davis will now dig in for the Raptors on the season, has yet to record a base hit, but has 2 RBI. First pitch he sees, way inside. Good Lord, that almost off the inside hip of Davis. Leans away from it to dodge it. 1-0 count after that one. Davis has appeared in just 7 games, has only 9 at-bats. Shows bunt, but pulls it away. That one inside also. A 2-0 count here with 2 outs on the board. Bryson Stotts, the runner that comes around to score for the Raptors, and it's Wyatt Mascarella who now stands over at first. Davis stands in, waving his lumber around. The 2-0 pitch to him. Fastball across Broadway, 2-1. Will Davis adjust his batting helmet and watches the 2-1 go by. Takes a cut at it, and there's his first base hit in a Raptors uniform. It's a single out to center field, and now it's 2 runners on here in the bottom of the first inning, where we're tied up 1-1. Back up to the top of the lineup, that'll bring up Nick Anderson, the center fielder. He would lead off the game with a backwards K. The first victim of the day to Wallersheim. He has 4 on the day. Nick Anderson on the season for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, batting .257. Not too bad, but below average to the standards of the Raptors this year. Team batting average of .279. Wow. First pitch Anderson sees, fastball inside, 1-0. Anderson with 4 home runs on the season and 13 RBIs, the normal leadoff man for this team. Wallersheim stands in. The lefty checks the runner at second, deals it in. Swung on, a skyrocketed pop-up in a shallow left. Shows shallow, in fact, that the shortstop, Riley Smith, thought about going out there, but Mikey Falia, the left fielder, gets underneath of it and retires the inning. That will do it for the second frame. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors get a run on the board and tied the game. It is 1-1 score here after the second inning. On to the third we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
American Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Hello and welcome back to Witter Field here, home of the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. The Bullfrogs currently tied up with the Raptors 1-1. About to get underway with the top of the third inning. It's still Gerber out on the mound for the Raptors. They tie it up in the bottom of the second, responding to the Bullfrogs' run that came across in the top half of that frame. It was an RBI single from Wyatt Mascarella that scored Bryson Stott. Stott got on base off of an error against the Frogs, so their struggles continue into the second half of the season. But as I mentioned, it's a new half and it's a new year for the Bullfrogs. They look to get things started off on the right side of things. And Tanner Poole, the right fielder out of Mississippi State, will lead off this bottom, or rather top, of the third inning. It'll be Tanner Poole, Willie Bourbon, and then back up at the top of the lineup with Alonzo Jones. Poole, the right fielder on the season, batting .235 on the year, has 6 RBIs. He stands in, first pitch to him. Fastball just misses low, moves the count to 1-0. Tanner Poole stands in, and Gerber kicks the leg, sends it in. 1-0 pitch, swung on, a belting line drive deep in the left. At the warning track, at the wall, and out of the stadium. Tanner Poole, with his first home run of the season, gives the Bullfrogs a 2-1 lead here in the top of the third. Chris Sabo gives him a big high five, and Tanner Poole rounds third, coming home, and he gives his Frogs a 2-1 lead. You knew it was a matter of time with this kid. The guy out of Mississippi State had a solid season this past year for the Bulldogs, and leading off this second half of the year with a bang. His first home run of the year goes over the left field wall. It's nearly a no-doubter. Will Davis, the left fielder, can't do anything but watch it travel the encouraged CF.org side. Bottom of the lineup now, Willie Bourbon stands in. The left-handed hitter out of Northwestern watches one go by high, 1-0. One-0 pitch to Bourbon, runs inside, moves the count to 2-0. Bullfrogs haven't had a home run in some time, it feels like. It's been at least 2 weeks since the Frogs put one over the wall. Managed one here on this Wednesday evening, though, here in Wisconsin Rapids. 2-0 pitch, fastball. Misses. Oh, no, it doesn't. Just finds the outside black. A nice fastball from Gerber. Fools Bourbon there. Moves the count to 2-1. Gerber comes set. The lefty deals in the 2-1. That runs high. Moves the count to 3 balls and a strike. Davida Gerber out of UNLV. The lefty comes set. Body facing first base. He's the guy that kicks the leg up when he deals. Sends in the 3-1. Fastball swung on. It's a pop-up in shallow center. Second baseman Christian Jones has the read on it and has the ball in his glove for the first half of the frame. On to the top of the lineup. Alonzo Jones, the center fielder, will dig in. Jones, his last time up, would line out to center field.
Center fielder Alonzo Jones.
Alonzo Jones digs in. The switch hitter out of Vanderbilt stands in. First pitch he sees. Curveball that runs inside corner. Wow, that one just hitting the black as well. Gerber peppering that inside corner. 0-1 count now. Gerber sends in the 0-1. That one runs high and wide. However, moves the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. There's an out on the board. And the Bullfrogs have a 2-1 lead here in the top of the third inning. Gerber comes set, deals in the 1-1. At curveball, rather, that runs inside and low in the dirt. Moves the count to 2-1. Jones out of Columbus, Georgia. Of course, here in Green Bay, making a transition from infield to outfield as the Commodores want to move him next year. 2-1 pitch runs wide, moves the count to 3-1. Which personally, me, a guy that, just a big fan of summer collegiate baseball altogether. That's one of the reasons that I like it so much. Not only is this guy getting some solid at-bats, but he's making a transition. Sometimes people forget this is a developmental league. Takes a cut at the 3-1 pitch, line driving to right, base hit for Jones. It's the 4th hit of the game for the Bullfrogs, the first of the game for Alonzo Jones. A well-hit ball sent Oppo over in the right field. Jake Gunther can't do anything about it. The right fielder just runs forward and picks it up on the second base.
Shortstop Riley Smith.
So with an out on the board, a runner over at first, and Jones will bring up Riley Smith, the shortstop. Smith comes into the game batting .296, but would strike out his last time up. It was his 5th strikeout of the season. Gerber, the lefty, comes set. Jones, the speedster over at first, takes a lead. Gerber gives him a long look and steps off the mound. Lonzo Jones walks back. Jones, a guy with a lot of speed. You got to worry about him when he gets on base. One of the best things that he brings to the team for the Bullfrogs. Of course, comes into the season, or rather comes into college, running a 6'1", 60. Can't imagine what it might be now. So Jones takes a lead over at first, and Riley Smith stands in, waves his bat all around his head awaiting. Gerber kicks the leg and sends it in. Shows bunt, but pulls it away. Snap throw to first. They got him. Jones with a suicidal lead after the pitch. And 2 outs on the board now. Jones had taken a large lead and took a big hop step after the pitch. And Wyatt Mascarella was ready for it. Between the pitches, he had gone out and said something to Gerber. Sure enough, he said, I'm going to get this guy over at first. And sure enough, snap throw gets him. 2 outs on the board now, a 1-0 count to Smith. Swung on, ground ball up the middle of the field. Shortstop Stout makes the play. That'll do it for the top of the 3rd inning. Bryson Stott, the shortstop, runs over, scoops it up, and throws it over to first, beating out Riley Smith by 3 or 4 steps, ending the top of the frame. Bullfrogs take a 2-1 lead, however, off of a solo shot from Tanner Poole. On to the bottom of the 3rd inning we go. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network on the WOCO Sports Stream. Stay tuned.
It's the best time of the year to update your ride. NEW Credit Union's Super Summer Loan Sale. From July 10th to 28th, get super low rates as low as 2.49% annual percentage rate.
To jumpstart the big event, from July 10th to the 16th, you can find your perfect car, truck, or SUV from a selection brought in by trusted local dealers right to our credit union offices in Oconto Falls, Oconto, and Surrey. Compare them side by side, or you can also visit a participating dealer and see their expanded selection.
Call NEW Credit Union for details at 800-924-1250. That's 800-924-1250. Get up to 100% financing during the Super Summer Loan Sale.
Borrower must meet NEW Credit Union membership eligibility and creditworthy requirements. All loans subject to approval. Example of repayment would be a monthly payment of about $17.75 per $1,000 borrowed for 60 months. Federally insured by the NCUA. Super Summer Loan Sale at NEW Credit Union. Get ready to own it!
Bottom of the 3rd inning, about to get underway. It's still Connor Wallersheim out on the bump for the Green Bay Bullfrogs. And due up for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors will be Jake Gunther, Ryan Steckel, and Dustin Woodcock. Woodchuck, rather. Oh, no, Woodcock, in fact. I have it down as Chuck for some reason in my notes. Woodcock, of course, batting as the designated hitter tonight. He is in the hole. Jake Gunther swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it back into the backstop, 0-1. Wallersheim comes set, rocks back, kicks the leg, sends in the 0-1. Swung on, ground ball over to first. Willie Bourbon's there to make the play. Scoops it up, steps on the bag. 1 out on the board. Now to bring up this 2-hole hitter, Mikey Falia, the designated hitter so far on the day is 0 for 1. He flew out to center his last time up. It's got mixed up in my lineup card here. Of course, Mikey Falia plays for the Bullfrogs. It's Ryan Steckel who digs in. The first baseman struck out his last time up back in the first frame. With 1 out on the board, he watches the first one run low for a ball. Takes a huge cut at the 1-0, but misses everything. Moves the count even, a ball and a strike. 1-1 pitch, fastball way inside. Steckel has to dodge away from that one. 2 balls and a strike now with an out on the board. 2-1 offering. That runs high also. A 3-1 pitch now with an out on the board. Bullfrogs with a 2-1 lead over the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. 3-1 pitch just misses the zone. Brad Hamilton thought it was in there, left the mitt right up over the plate. However, it misses high and inside, and it's ball 4. The first runner that Connor Wallersheim has walked all day, and Dustin Woodcock, the designated hitter, will dig in. Woodcock 0 for 1 on the day. He would ground out to first his last time up. The lefty stands in with an open stance and supporting those neon green and white batting gloves. Takes a cut at the first pitch he sees, fouls it away right side. He's early. Tanner Poole would give the Bullfrogs the lead in the top of this frame. A solo shot over to left. Wallersheim checks the runner over at first and deals in the 0-1. It's a breaking ball and it runs inside. 1-1. Wallersheim stares down Woodcock, who stands in awaiting the offering. Checks the runner over at first, sends in the 1-1. Fastball swung on and missed behind that one. An 85-mile-per-hour stinger. Bryson Stott stands on base for the Raptors. He's the batter that would come around and score. Back in the bottom of the second. Wallersheim deals in the 1-2. Fastball runs high. A 2-2 count now. Dustin Woodcock out of Jacksonville, Illinois. This past season would bat .330 with 66 hits and 42 RBIs. Had a phenomenal season. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, came around. No, he didn't. It found the zone. Wouldn't have mattered. It's another K for Connor Wallersheim. Make that 5 on the day for the left-handed pitcher out of Kent State. Wallersheim, the lefty, comes set. 2 outs on the board now after the strikeout. Deals in a fastball. That runs high and wide. Bryson Stott 0 for 1 on the day. Would get on base and come around to score, however, in the last frame. And that's how the inning would lead off back in that second. 1-0 pitch. That one misses low. Moves the count to 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs on the board. Ryan Steckel stands on over at first. He was walked. Bryson Stott digs back in, the lefty out of UNLV. Open stance, waves his bat around. 2-0, fastball finds the outside black, just barely hitting it. 2-1, belt level or so. Bryson Stott from Las Vegas as well. His dad played football at UNLV, actually. 2-1 pitch, runs, oh no it doesn't. That just hits the outside black as well. Connor Wallersheim, he's feeling it out there on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs on the board, another strike would end the frame. Wallersheim would like that as he has pitched well so far. Checks the run over at first, deals in the 2-2. Little half swing that gets the job done. It's a line drive in the left, and it's a base hit for Bryson Stott, who's now 1 for 1 on the day with a little blooper out into left field. It's almost as if he check swung at it, more or less just ricocheted off of the bat and landed out into the left. If he brings the bat all the way around, it's probably going to be a line drive into the glove of Mikey Falia. But because he doesn't bring the bat all the way around, it's an opposite field single for Stott. He now stands over at first, and a runner at second will bring up Jason McGowan, the third baseman on the day. So far, 0 for 1, which strike out his last time up. One of the 5 strikeout victims tonight of Connor Wallersheim. Watches the first one go by for a ball, a 1-0 count. Wallerstein comes set, kicks the leg, sends in the 1-0. Fastball finds the inside corner. Out the knees of McGowan, 1-1. McGower supporting the off-color bat. Haven't seen that one before. Black on the handle and gray around the meat of it. 1-1 pitch to him. Fastball swung on and missed behind it. 1-2. Gowan supporting the black, gray, and red batting glove and black wrist tape. Stands in, gives a little check swing, and waves it around. Wallerstein looking to get out of the inning here. 2 outs on the board, but 2 runners on. Checks the runner at second, kills in the 1-2. Ground ball to short, kind of bobbles with it, but the throw to second's in time. It's a ground ball to Riley Smith. Kind of got caught between his chest and his glove. Never got his whole hand on it. But he's able to corral it and underhand toss it to Ben Hart, who steps on the bag, beating out Ryan Steckel and getting the Bullfrogs out of the frame. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Frogs lead 2-1.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Attention pizza lovers, have you tried a Brew Pub pizza? Designed to be the best of the best pub pizzas ever made, every Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies and topped with over a half pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas are made right here in Wisconsin. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas are available at your local grocer and tavern. Check Brew Pub Pizzas out at facebook.com/brewpubpizza and get more details at brewpubpizza.com. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas, official frozen pizza of the Green Bay Bullfrogs.
Hello and welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids at Witter Field. My name's Nolan, I'm voice of the Bullfrogs. Top of the 4th inning, about to get underway, where the Bullfrogs have a 2-1 lead over the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. The Bullfrogs take the lead off of a solo shot from Tanner Poole. That coming in the top of the 3rd inning, top of the 4th here. It's still Tavetta Gerber out on the mound for the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. Due up for the Bullfrogs, and this inning will be Mikey Falia, Brad Hamilton, and Troy Johnston. Falia so far on the day, 0 for 1. He would line out to center his last time up. Hamilton 0 for 1 as well, but Troy Johnston would get on base back in the 2nd inning and come around and score also. He was hit in by Alex Pinner. Riley Smith, the shortstop, of course, would end the inning back in the 3rd. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Mikey Falia will dig in, however. The UC Irvine product just finished up his freshman season out of Irvine, California. Grew up all throughout Irvine. I mean, he's a guy that went to Irvine High School, grew up 5 minutes away from the campus, used to go to games going up, in fact. Committed to the school, said today that he didn't think that he was going to go to Irvine. Never really planned on it, but it just kind of worked out that way. Finds himself here in Green Bay, or rather Wisconsin Rapids today, but in the Midwest nonetheless for the summer. And hasn't done too bad either, batting .296, coming into the contest with 6 RBIs. The righty stands in and awaits the offering. It's a fastball that runs high and wide, just clipping the upper outside corner. 0-1. Falia stands in an 0-1 count. Kick of the leg, the delivery. Swung on, ground ball left side. Third baseman with a nice backhanded play. Throw to first in time. It's a quick grounder over towards the third baseman, McGowan. Makes the backhanded play at the bag and collects himself and throws the ball across the field, beating out Falia by a step. That'll bring up Brad Hamilton, the catcher out of Kent State. Batting .326 on the season, has 1 home run and 10 RBIs to his name. Has had a great year so far for the Bullfrogs. First pitch he sees, fastball right across the plate, 0-1. That one actually had some curl on it. 0-1. It's kind of tough to see the movement on the ball here where the press box is here in Wisconsin Rapids, all the way up here. 0-1 pitch, runs low and inside. Moves the count, even a ball and a strike. And when I say all the way up here, I mean we are close to probably 100 feet in the air, maybe more. You're sitting right above the field of play. I mean, you have to look down to see the edge of the backstop. There's no window, no netting or nothing. So if a ball is fouled up, it's coming right up into my booth. I talked about it both times that we've been here. I think I'm going to have to start bringing my glove the next time we come out here. A 1-2 count here with an out on the board. Hamilton stands in, waving his bat around. 1-2 pitch, runs way inside, nearly hitting Hamilton. Stood in there throughout the entire at-bat. He was going to take that one if it clicked him. 2 balls and 2 strikes now after that one. 1 out on the board. 2-2. Breaking ball, runs high. Full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brad Hamilton, of course, out of Kent State University. It's the Kent State battery today. Wallersheim and Hamilton. Payoff pitch. Swung on. Flying ball, foul territory right side. Into the Bounty House over there on the right side. There's some games out there on the back side of the stadium on the right side. Past the grandstands that you can win a goldfish or a bobblehead and run around in a big old mouse ball, I guess you would call it. And some inflatables for kids to play in as well. Payoff pitch, chased and missed. Strike 3. Hamilton frustrated with himself after chasing that breaking ball. And it's the second out of the inning. That will bring up Troy Johnston. Johnston on the day, the left fielder, 1 for 1. Would manage a base hit up the middle of the field and come around and score after he got to second off of a pass ball. Alex Pinner would bring him in. Johnston, the left-handed hitter, stands in out of Gonzaga University. First pitch he sees, fastball right across the plate, swung on and missed. 0-1. Johnston on the season batting .255, has 2 homers and 18 RBIs on the year. Stands in with the bat behind his head. 0-1 pitch. Another fastball, but it runs high. Moves to the count to 1-1. Johnston, the left-handed hitter this past season, just finished up his freshman campaign at Gonzaga University, where he would bat .323 and an absolute great year. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Johnston didn't want to. It was a check swing, but the bat hand went all the way around. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs on the board. Johnston will dig back in, the lefty. The 1-2. Breaking ball right across the plate. Strike 3. Johnston knew it right away. Turned around and started stomping back to the dugout after he watched that one go by. And that's the 3rd out. Bullfrogs go down in order in the top of the 4th inning. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Bullfrogs with a 2-1 lead over the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960. Specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts.
just like a great coach.
State Farm agents Margie Dahl and Oconto and Paul Huberty and Lena
Can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs, whether it's car, home, life, health, or business.
Agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty
Can help you find the affordable coverage you need when your life and goals change.
Agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty
Will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm
Agents Margie Dahl at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Second baseman number 16, Christopher Go.
Hello and welcome back to Whitterfield here, Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. My name's Nolan Knight. Bottom of the fourth inning, about to get underway. Bullfrogs lead 2-1. Christian Jones takes a cut at the first pitch he sees, pop up in the infield. Ben Hart calls off Willie Bourbon and gets underneath of it. The second baseman over towards the first base bag, rightfully so, calls off Bourbon and kind of gives him a hard time. You can see his smile all the way up here in the press box. He's enjoying the current lead that the Bullfrogs have. They do lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Wyatt Mascarella will dig in now for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. 1-for-1 on the day, managed the RBI single for the Raptors. First pitch he sees, runs high for ball one. One out on the board, one ball on the board as well, no strikes. Then Rainbow out in right center field has continued to stay out there as it has turned from a dreary day into a quite nice evening here in Wisconsin Rapids on this Wednesday. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and found away right side and evens the count. A ball and a strike and an out on the board. Nobody on base here, and the Kent State left-hander Connor Wallersheim sends in the 1-1. Fastball swung on and missed. He's behind it. 1-2. Wallersheim has been impressive so far here through 3 complete frames, has 5 strikeouts. Wallersheim shakes off one pitch, rocks back and sends in the 1-2. Fastball outside, evens the count, 2-2. Bullfrogs on a 3-game losing streak coming into the game. 2-2 pitch runs high. Full count now, 3-2. And the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors come into the contest on a 2-game winning streak. Wallersheim sends in the payoff pitch. Swung on a slow grounder to short. Riley Smith bobbles with it. Throw to first. The stretch in time. What a recovery by the shortstop, Riley Smith. He scoops it up and has trouble with it. Kind of pops out of his glove, bobbles around on the dirt. Finally, he picks it up. A long throw over to first. And it's scooped out of the dirt and stretched by Willie Bourbon. Bourbon has had his struggles at the plate this season for the Bullfrogs, but he's made it up on the defensive side. A nice stretch and a scoop out of the dirt retires the second batter. Just by a half a step. I mean, Bourbon managed just to put a toenail on that bag to get him out there. And Will Davis now digs in for the Raptors. Watches one go by for a ball and watches the next one go by for a strike. A 1-1 count now with no outs on the board. Nobody on the bases, rather, and 2 outs on the board. 1-1 pitch runs high and inside, and it moves the count to 2-1. So the Bullfrogs trying to bounce back here. Start off the new season, per se, on the right foot. 2-1 pitch runs inside. Hitters count now, 3 balls and a strike. Will Davis got his first hit of the season today, his last time up, back in the second inning. Swings at that one. Line drive to the shortstop. Riley Smith makes the diving play to his right. Tip your hat off to Riley Smith. Nearly recorded the second error of the day for the Bullfrogs, but managed to get back on the right side of things, launching a throw over to first, beating out Mascarella, and then in that at-bat, diving to make the line drive play. That will do it here for the fourth frame. On to the fifth we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Honey, Get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation Flex Agreement and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Hello and welcome back to Witter Field, here home of the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. Bullfrogs have a 2-1 lead over the Raptors here in the top of the fifth inning. It's still Tavita Gerber out on the mound for the Wisconsin Rapids. And the Bullfrogs due up here in the top of the fifth will be Ben Hart, Alex Pinner, and Tanner Poole. Ben Hart, the second baseman, digs in 0 for 1 on the day. Stands in and awaits the offering from Gerber to lead off the inning. First pitch he sees is swung on, ground ball left side, finds the gap, base hit from the Oakland University kid. He's now 1 for 2 on the day. He's a guy that has had his streaks on the year and a guy that has had his struggles on the year. He'll go games where he gets multiple hits in a row, and then all of a sudden you don't hear from him for 6 or 7 games or so. But here recently managed a hit a couple nights ago, managed to be Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine Player of the Game a few nights ago as well, and is now 1 for 2 on the day, recording that hit. That's the 5th of the game for the Bullfrogs as they have their first base runner on here in the top of the 5th. Alex Pinner stands in now, the switch hitter out of Scottsdale Community College. Gerber kicks the leg, sends him a pitch, runs high, 1-0. Alex Pinner, he's another guy that has had his streaks on the year. Here recently, however, Alex Pinner has been great for the Bullfrogs. Last 10 games for the Frogs, he's batting .345. Best on the team. Throw back to first. Hart slides back safely, 1-0. Batting .313 in the last 5 games, which would be second best on the team, behind only Kyle Binya. Pinner stands in. He's seen the ball well recently. Look over to first. Throw back to first. Hart scrambles back safely. Hart takes his lead over at first. A 1-0 count to Pinner. Pinner stands in, batting righty here against the left-handed pitcher. 1-0. Breaking ball. Just misses the outside black. A good pitch by Gerber. 2-0 as the lights in the outfield have now been turned on as we move into dusk. But as mentioned, now kind of sunny and then really a nice night after what was a dreary, wet, and just kind of nasty day earlier today. Seems like that's how it is every time the Bullfrogs travel out to Witter Field. 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Nice fastball from Gerber there, fooled Pinner, not even close. 2-1. Pinner does have a home run on the year and 6 RBIs. That home run coming back all the way on opening day. Opening day of the second half of the season here tonight. And Tanner Poole gave the Bullfrogs the lead with the solo shot in the top of the third. 2-1. Fastball. Swung on and missed. He's behind that one. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No outs on the board. Poole steps out and looks at the signs that his head coach, Chris Sabo, throws to him. He stands in. Gives his bat a couple of check swings and now waves it around. Gerber checks the runner and Ben Hart over at first and steps off the rubber. Ben Hart retakes his lead. And Alex Pinner digs back in. Gerber comes set. Deals in the 2-2. Fastball swung on. It's a blooper in the left shallow field. And the shortstop, Bryson Stott, gets underneath of it out there just off of the infield grass and makes the grab for the first out of the inning. That will bring up the solo shot holder and Tanner Poole. The right fielder, of course, on the day, 1 for 1 with the home run and RBI. His first home run on the year and 7th RBI. Wyatt Mascarella, the catcher, will call time and go out and have a word with his pitcher in Gerber. And Tanner Poole patiently awaits over by the batter's box. Ben Hart over at first base having some words with first baseman Ryan Steckel. Before the game, Ben Hart was over by the dugout of the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. Him and Willie Bourbon just hanging out with some of the guys on the roster of the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. Of course, one of the best things about summer ball, if you played in different leagues in the past, you might run across some guys that were on your old teams, maybe some guys that were on some competing against you in different leagues, whatever it may be, but you get to go see those guys. And of course, nobody from Oakland University or Northwestern University on this roster for the the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, but it's likely one of those situations where it's an old teammate from an old summer ball team, maybe Legion ball back in the day. You just really never know. Nonetheless, after the conference between Mascarella and Gerber, head coach of the Wisconsin Rapids Raptor, Craig Noto, came out to the mound and relieved Tavita Gerber. So there's a new pitcher coming in here in the top of the 5th inning. There's one out on the board, and Ben Hart's over at first. Bullfrogs lead 2-1. We're going to step aside for the pitching change. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin. Every Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brew Pub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Did you know that we here at the O'Connell Pharmacy would mail your prescriptions to you? At the O'Connell Pharmacy, we would like to make things easy for you. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Hello and welcome back to Witter Field here in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. Here in the top of the 5th inning where the Bullfrogs lead 2-1. New pitcher out on the mound for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. It will be number 38, Aaron Herr, out of Fair Oaks, California, the junior out of St. John's. He will be the new starter, or rather new pitcher for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. So far on the season, Herr comes into the game with a 4.05 ERA. Oddly enough, when you look at the stats here, the pitching staff stats, that is, for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, he's all the way towards the bottom, despite only having a 4.05 ERA. Of course, the Raptors have a team ERA below 3, 2.99 to be exact. The Bullfrogs, to put it into perspective, if Herr was on the roster of the Frogs, he would currently have the 5th best ERA on the team, as the Bullfrogs have a team ERA of 5.63. Of course, granted, the Bullfrogs have had their struggles over the season, but nonetheless, still quite impressive that Herr finds himself as like the 12th or 13th best pitcher on the roster. However, has a 4.05 ERA. This is his 7th appearance. He's pitched 6 2/3 innings, has allowed 3 earned runs, and has 10 strikeouts to 4 walks and a 1-1 record. The righty out on the bump out of St. John's comes set, and the Tanner Poole, Mississippi State Bulldog, stands in. First pitch to him. Fastball swung on and fouled back. 0-1. That one fouled back into the netting behind the press box here and bounced up, nearly caught here up in the press box. However, off of the hand, it'll go down as an error. 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses wide. Moves the count to 1-1 with an out on the board. Ben Hart takes the lead over and first. Willie Bourbon stands on deck for the Frogs. Tanner Poole waves his lumber around, awaiting the offering. 1-1. That's wide. 2 balls and a strike now. 81-mile-per-hour fastball from Aaron Herr, showing off his speed here. Wow. That might be the fastest pitch I've seen all season. 2-1 pitch. Another fastball swung on. It's a blooper into right field. Nobody can get there. Base hit for Tanner Poole. 2 for 2 on the day. Welcome to the second half of the season, Tanner. A solo shot over the left field wall in the third, and a base hit into right field here in the top of the fifth. 2 runners on now for the Bullfrogs with an out on the board. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Willie Bourbon. Willie Bourbon on the day. Flew out to center his last time up. Willie Bourbon stands in, the Northwestern University product. Left-handed hitter awaits the offering from her. The delivery. Fastball swung on a belting line drive deep into right. It's foul, however. Wow. That would have been out of the stadium. It pulls a little later on it. Willie Bourbon was ready to send that one over the right field wall. However, he just comes around a bit early and sends it foul past the foul pole out there. Well, foul. It wasn't all that close, but it was a hard hit ball from Bourbon. Wow, that had some velocity off the bat. An 0-1 count now with 1 out on the board. Runners take their leads at first and second. 0-1 pitch runs wide. Moves the count to a ball and a strike and an out on the board. Ben Hart stands over at second. Tanner Poole at first. And Bourbon will tap home plate 2 times with his bat and stand in. Sporting the white batting gloves tonight. The 1-1. Fastball runs high and wide. Moves the count to 2 balls and a strike and out on the board. Bullfrogs have a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. Would score a run in the second and the third. The 2-1. Another fastball. Swung on, fouled away, up and away. Count will move to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Willie Bourbon comes into the game for the Bullfrogs, batting 175. He's had his struggles on the season, but of course managed the walk-off home run against the Kalamazoo Growlers a couple of weeks back. He stands in. The lefty awaits the offering from her. The delivery. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Second out on the board and the first strikeout of the night for Aaron Herr. Back up to the top of the lineup. That'll bring up Alonzo Jones, the center fielder. Jones would record a base hit with 2 outs on the board in the third inning. We'll see what he can do here in the 5th with 2 runners on and 2 outs on the board. Jones comes into the game for the Bullfrogs, supporting a batting average that is quite impressive. 375 on the season. He has 10 RBIs to his name. Watches the first one go by high for a ball, 1-0. Jones has 21 hits on the year, but has only played in 14 games. If he played in a couple more games, he would by far find himself at the top of the batting average order, but doesn't have enough plate appearances. 1-0 pitch swung on a skyrocketed pop-up behind the plate here and above the awning on the left side. Count will move to a ball and a strike. Jones, the leadoff batter for the Bullfrogs. He's a guy that brings a spark to the team. He's got a lot of speed, and he's got a lot of power behind his swing as well. 3 doubles on the year, 2 triples, and a home run. All of this coming in just 14 games. The switch hitter batting lefty now against the right-handed Herr awaits. The 1-1 pitch to him. Fastball, swung on and missed. He was behind it. That one reaching 90. Wow. Herr showing what he's got out here against the Bullfrogs. Trying to get his team back in it as they trail 2-1. Frogs lead. Alonzo Jones stands in now behind the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs on the board. Runners take their lead at first and second. Herr checks hard at second. Gives him a long look, in fact, and deals in the 1-2. Fastball that runs wide. Moves the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alonzo Jones out of Vanderbilt University was a part of that Commodore team that made it all the way to the Super Regionals before getting knocked out. This past season would bat .221 for the Commodores. That ball, so 1 gone and missed. Strike 3, 2 straight Ks to end the 5th inning for Aaron Herr. That will do it for the top of the 5th. To the bottom half of the frame we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation, flex agreement, and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Hello and welcome back to Whitterfield here in Wisconsin Rapids. My name's Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. Bottom of the 5th inning about to get underway. Back up to the top of the lineup here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Nick Anderson who digs in. The center fielder on the day is 0 for 2. He would strike out looking in the first and fly out to left field the last time up. Swings at the first pitch he sees. It's a fly ball to center. Alonzo Jones has the read on it and has the first half of the frame. 1 pitch and 1 out just like that will bring up the 2-hole hitter, Jake Gunther. The right fielder on the day, 1 for 2, would manage a double back in the first inning. Alonzo Jones out there in center field. You know, I've talked about it a couple times, and well, in case you forgot, he's making that transition into center. Off of the bat, he actually slipped out there. Didn't know if he wanted to go backwards or forwards, but he's got enough speed to recover, and he made the out. Gunther now digs in and watches the breaking ball run inside for a ball. Nice curved ball from Connor Wallersheim there. Almost looked like he was going to hit Gunther at first, but then nearly tipped back into the zone. 1-0 pitch. Swung on. Line drive to first. Bourbon's got it. Normally the third base side is the hot corner, but Willie Bourbon there, he had a hot shot of a liner straight at him. Able to make the grab towards the dirt, kind of bends down to lift his glove and make the snag. And just like that, then 2 pitches and 2 outs, 3 pitches, 2 outs. Wow. That one swung on, ground ball to right. Base hit for Ryan Steckel. He swings at the first pitch he sees here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Raptors not wasting any time in this one. Ryan Steckel digs in, swings at the first pitch he sees. It's a ground ball between the gap between first and second and into right field. It's the 5th hit of the night for the Raptors. They have 5 on the afternoon, and the Bullfrogs with 6. Dustin Woodcock, the designated hitter, now digs in. He's 0 for 2 on the night. The lefty stands in with an open stance, awaiting the offering from Wallersheim, who deals it in. Breaking ball, it runs inside and runs off the inside shoulder of Woodcock. It's a breaking ball. That one's got to hurt. Comes inside and hits him and puts him on over at first. It's the first time that Woodcock has gotten on base tonight. Comes off of the hit by pitch. That'll bring up Bryson Stott. The Bullfrogs have put 2 outs on the board off of just 2 pitches, but just like that, a base hit and now a hit by pitch puts a runner in scoring position at second and a runner over at first. Bryson Stott, the shortstop, digs in. He's 1 for 2 on the day, but has managed to get on base both times up. Would reach on an error back in the second inning. First pitch he sees, a fastball right across Broadway, 0-1. Bryson Stott stands in, another left-handed hitter for the Rafters. Open stance. Wallersheim, the lefty, checks the runner at second and deals in the 0-1. Curveball just misses the zone. Wow. I don't know if that was low or high, but from my vantage point, it was across the plate at least. 1 ball and 1 strike here with 2 outs on the board. Ryan Steckel takes the lead from second. Woodcock takes his from first. Wallersheim comes set, checks the runner at second, and deals in the 1-1. Fastball just misses high and wide. 2 balls and a strike now. The fans here at Whitterfield trying to get into it. Of course, Whitterfield ranked in the top 8 in all of summer collegiate baseball for best stadium in all of summer collegiate baseball across the nation. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball that runs way inside. Stott has to lean away from that one. Pitch got all the way down to 64. Count moves to 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs on the board. Of course, that playoff of stadiums has come final. The final was against the Madison Mallards and the Kalamazoo Growlers. 3-1 pitch comes across for strike 2. Bryson Stott was halfway to first before the home plate umpire bring him up for a strike. So a full count now after that one. Austin Nelson, the home plate umpire tonight for this game. And it's a full count with 2 outs on the board. A ball here would load the bases. A base hit might score the runner in Steckel at second. Runners off. Payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled away left side. Over into near the concession stand on the left side. And so runners who were nearly past their bag that they were running to. In fact, they were. Steckel was all the way halfway to home plate by the time they have to run back. But a payoff pitch here. The delivery. Runners off. Swung on. Ground ball up the middle of the field to Smith. The throw to first. Not in time. An infield single for Bryson Stott. Bryson Stott, the shortstop, now 2 for 3 on the day. It's a high chopper up the middle of the field. Riley Smith can't do anything but wait on it to come down. Grabs it and launches a ball over to first. Bourbon makes the stretch, but Stott comes across. That will load the bases for Jackson McGowan. Jackson McGowan, the third baseman on the day, is 0 for 2. Has struck out and hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. He stands in, the right-handed hitter. Bases loaded. Rafters looking to tie things up. First pitch he sees, a huge swing but a miss. An 0-1 count now. The righty steps out and steps back in. Connor Wallersheim stares him down, rocks back and sends in the 0-1. Another fastball. That one peppers the inside corner. Crowd doesn't like it, but it's an 0-2 count now with 2 outs on the board. Wallersheim a strike away from getting his Bullfrogs out of a jam with the bases loaded. The 0-2, another fastball, swing and a miss, and he does just that. Wallersheim with his 6th strikeout of the night, and it leaves the bases loaded, and the Bullfrogs hold on to their 2-1 lead going into the 6th inning. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
It's the best time of the year to update your ride. NEW Credit Union's Super Summer Loan Sale. From July 10th to 28th, get super low rates as low as 2.49% annual percentage rate.
To jumpstart the big event, from July 10th to the 16th, you can find your perfect car, truck, or SUV from a selection brought in by trusted local dealers right to our credit union offices in Oconto Falls, Oconto, and Surrey. Compare them side by side, or you can also visit a participating dealer and see their expanded selection.
Call NEW Credit Union for details at 800-924-1250. That's 800-924-1250. Get up to 100% financing during the Super Summer Loan Sale.
Borrower must meet NEW Credit Union membership eligibility and creditworthy requirements. All loans subject to approval. Example of repayment would be a monthly payment of about $17.75 per $1,000 borrowed for 60 months. Federally insured by the NCUA. Super Summer Loan Sale at NEW Credit Union. Get ready to own it!
Hello and welcome back to Whitterfield here in Wisconsin Rapids. My name's Nolan Knight. Top of the sixth inning about to get underway. The Bullfrogs have a 2-1 lead over the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors here in the top of the sixth inning. Not too often that I've been able to say that this season. Of course, the Bullfrogs have been outscored by the Raptors this season 32-4 rather. Either way, it's a number that is unmatched, I'm sure, by any other series across the Northwoods League. I mean, this is a team that just has the Bullfrogs number. The closest game was a 4-2 loss at home against this team in favor of the Raptors, of course. Pitcher out on the mound here, Aaron Herr, throwing some warm-up pitches here in the inning. However, they're getting away from him. There's been 3 past wild pitches that have gone to the catcher, Wyatt Mascarella. We'll see if that actually has any effect coming into once a batter digs in, but we'll see what this one does. There's a fastball right across the plate. But nonetheless, here, due up for the Bullfrogs will be number 9, Alex Pinner. Or no, rather, Pinner would ground out to a shortstop in the 5th frame. It's actually number 8. I thought it was number 9, but it's number 8, Riley Smith, the shortstop. Riley Smith, 0 for 2 on the day, came into the game for the Bullfrogs supporting a batting average of .296. So he's been successful in just 8 games for the Bullfrog. He stands in and awaiting the first pitch from her to lead off the top of the 6th inning. It's a fastball that runs way high and inside, 1-0, nearly off the inside elbow of Riley Smith there. Of course, he doesn't wear the Evo shield. Got hit in the inside elbow the other day, but likes to stick with not having one on. 1-0 pitch, another fastball inside corner, 90 miles per hour. This guy's throwing gas. 1-1. Right-handed hitter comes, or pitcher rather, comes set, facing off against the right-handed hitter here in Smith. Rocks back and sends in the 1-1. Another fastball. Riley Smith way behind that one. Foul tip into the glove of Wyatt Mascarella. Smith so far behind it that he was all the way off balance across home plate. Had to walk back around the umpire to get back to his side of the batter's box. He gives a check swing and digs back in. Has been behind the past 2. We'll see what he can do here. 1-2 pitch to him. Breaking ball that's way high and inside. Smith ducks away from that one. That one would have knocked him right in the noggin otherwise. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith digs back in. The delivery comes in. Swing and a miss. An 88 mile per hour heater gets past Riley Smith. It's his 2nd strikeout of the night. That'll bring up Mikey Falia. Falia on the day 0 for 2. Falia is a guy, however, that for the Bullfrogs has been a bright spot. Comes in the game batting .296 for the Frogs. In 14 games has 16 hits. 6 RBIs on the year to go along with 8 walks. Has struck out 9 times on the season. Also 5 stolen bases on the year. However, he's been caught stealing 4 times. First pitch he sees, runs high and inside. 1-0. I think all 4 of those caught stealing was him getting picked off. Not the best base runner, but he's got the speed to get the second, no doubt about it. He stands in, the 1-0 pitch to him. Another fastball, swung and a miss behind it. Herr continues to throw the cheese, 1-1. Falia will step back, readjust his batting gloves, and stand back in. Waiting the offering, the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, misses inside. A 2-1 count now. Top of the sixth inning here. Bullfrogs lead at 2-1. The difference, a solo shot from Tanner Poole. The 2-1 pitch, check swing. Did he go around, appeal to first base? No, he did not. That moves the count to 3 balls, a strike, and an out on the board. Aaron Hurt impressing me with his speed here. One of the speediest pitchers I can think I've seen this season. Hitting 89, 90, 91. The 3-1 offering. Another dart. Swing and a miss. 89 mile per hour fastball. Moves the count to full. I mean, you're impressed by Connor Wallersheim. I mean, his fastball reaches 86, 87. And then this guy comes out here and he's throwing 90. One of the best power throws in the Northwoods League, I'd say. Just by what I've seen other guys throw. The payoff pitch. Another fastball. Falia is able to meet up with that one, hitting 90. Bounced way back into the backstop and over towards the dugout of the Bullfrogs. Full count remains. 3 balls and 2 strikes and out on the board. Top of the sixth inning, Bullfrogs lead 2-1. Aaron Hurst stares him down. Takes a breath, rocks back, sends in the payoff. Fastball outside, ball 4. It's a 90 mile per hour dart, but it's outside, and Falia gets on base for the first time tonight. That'll bring up Brad Hamilton. Hamilton 0 for 2 on the day. Coming into the game for the Bullfrogs, has the best batting average on the team if you put the minimum plate requirement put on by the league to be in the league standings at 326. He's had 28 hits on the year and 10 RBIs. He stands in awaiting the offering from the right-handed Herr, who stares him down and sends in the pitch inside. An 88 mile per hour fastball to the inside arm. Ow. I almost feel guilty for that because I was thinking about, this guy's throwing 90, 89. I mean, that would hurt if the ball hit you. And sure enough, the first pitch he throws to Brad Hamilton hit him. Hamilton, I talked about in his last at-bat, he's a guy that stands in there. He's going to take the hit by pitch. He's a team player, gets on base to do whatever he will. He crowns the plate, and sure enough, it's a fastball that hits him on the inside shoulder, and it's 2 runners on with an out on the board now. Troy Johnston, the outfielder, stands in now, or rather the designated hitter today for the Bullfrogs. The left-handed hitter out of Gonzaga watches one go by, takes a cut at it, and it's a foul ball back into the backstop. An 0-1 count. Troy Johnson, the Gonzaga product, digs back in. Mikey Falia takes a lead over at second. He was walked. Brad Hamilton takes a lead at first. He was hit by a pitch. 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, foul away left side. 0-2. Troy Johnston just behind that one. Gets underneath of it as well. Bullfrogs with a 2-1 lead here. Of course, there has been limited times where the Bullfrogs have had a lead over this Raptors team. Johnston awaiting the offering from her, who stares him down. And time is called by Troy Johnston as Herr took his time out there on the bump. Ben Hart stands on deck for the Bullfrogs. Johnston does have a base hit on the day. He's 1 for 2. Herr checks the runner at second, sends in the 0-2 pitch way inside for a ball 1-2. Johnson has to scoot away from it. And he stands back in, rearranges some dirt between his cleats, and awaits. Herr comes set, takes a breath, and sends in the 1-2. Swung on, popped up, foul, left side, out of play, and just past the rat trap, in fact, which is the beer garden that sits on the left side of this field. It's pretty cool. Underneath of it, it has literally a craft river, I think they call it. And of course, the Bullfrogs have the Liney's deck, which if you pay $35, you get all-you-can-drink beer, all-you-can-drink food and whatnot, or you can eat food, I should say. That rat trap is the similar situation, but it's on the left side. of the field here. 1-2 pitch, fastball way inside. Runner off from second, throw to third, not in time. Wyatt Mascarella can't keep track of the fastball that got away from him. It really didn't even get all that too far away from him. It kind of just trickled over towards into the opposite batter's box across from Troy Johnson on the left side. But Mikey Falia heads up play, scrambles over to third. And so runners on the corners now with an out on the board. Troy Johnson just has to really hit anything besides a double play here and will score Falia over at third. 2-2 pitch into him. Fastball swung on, liner foul left side over into the bullpen of the Rafters. Count will remain 2-2 And out on the board, Falia over at third base after scampering over off of the pass ball. Brad Hamilton takes his lead from first. Troy Johnson stands in, supporting those Gonzaga batting gloves. Open stance, batting lefty. The right-hander Hurd takes a breath and sends in the 2-2. Fastball wide, moves the count full, 3-2. Bullfrogs looking for an insurance run here. They could use it against the first half South Division champions and defending Northwoods League champions. They've been beat all 4 times they've played this team this season. Payoff pitch. Runs wide for ball 4. Bases loaded now here in the top of the 6th inning. Bullfrogs with a big opportunity here as Ben Hart digs in. Hart, the right-handed hitter out of Oakland University, on the day is 1 for 2. His last time he was up, I talked about how he was a guy that is a bit streaky. He has games where he looks awesome, and then he has games where he kind of struggles. Is 1 for 2 on the day. We'll wonder if it's one of those awesome days. First pitch he sees, swung on and missed. A fastball that was outside, 0-1. Chased that one. It was all the way in the other batter's box. It would have hit him if he was a left-handed batter. And he stands back in. Hits home plate 2 times with his bat and now waves it around his head. The 0-1 pitch to him. Fastball, swing and a miss behind it. 90-mile-per-hour cheese from the right-hander Hurd. Ben Hart takes his time digging back in, gives a check swing, and awaits. Base is loaded here with an out on the board. Hurd rocks back and sends in the 0-2. Another fastball, swung on and missed. Ben Hart behind that one as well. Can't catch up to the 92-mile-per-hour cheddar. Wow. 2 outs on the board now. Bullfrogs desperate for an insurance run. Top of the 6th inning, Alex Penner digs in. Penner, the third baseman out of Scottsdale Community College, on the day is 1 for 2. Managed an RBI single back in the second. Watches the first one go by wide for a ball, a curveball that time from her. A 1-0 count now. Alex Penner looking to grab another RBI here with the bases loaded. Bullfrogs lead 2-1. Aaron Hurd rocks back and sends in the 1-0. Fastball runs high and wide. Moves the count to 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs on the board. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors currently trailing the Bullfrogs 1-2. Bullfrogs looking for an insurance run. 2-0. Fastball, swung on and missed. Alex Penner behind that one. Penner supporting the wrist tape on his left arm. Shin guard on his right. The 2-1. Another fastball. Swung on. Penner behind that one. Fouls it back into the backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs on the board. Bases loaded. Top of the 6th inning. Bullfrogs with a 2-1 lead. Tanner Poole, the owner of the solo shot back in the third, stands on deck. Aaron Hurd comes set. The righty rocks back and sends in the 2-2. Another fastball inside for ball 3. A full count here. So it comes down to this in the top of the 6th. Both teams with 6 hits on the day. The Bullfrogs with a 2-1 advantage. Opportunity for a couple more here. Alex Pinner stands in batting lefty here. The future Mississippi State Bulldog awaits. The payoff pitch, runners off. Fastball swung on, a fly ball to left. Left fielder can't get there. One run comes across, and Brad Hamilton does as well, and it's a 2 RBI single for Alex Pinner. Not the best hit ball in the world, but it will get 2 runs across for the Frogs. Mikey Falia comes across, and so does Brad Hamilton. Runners took huge leads off of the pitch. In fact, they were halfway to their next base by the time it came across. Alex Pinner finally saw a pitch he liked, and he sent a blooper into left field. Left fielder Will Davis can't do anything but catch it on the second bounce and throw it back into the infield. Mikey Falia comes across for a run, and so does Brad Hamilton. Alex Pinner with his second and third RBIs of the day. He's now 1 for 3 on the night. Off the bat, you didn't know if it was going to drop. And you kind of hold your breath and just await. And sure enough, it does, about 3 or 4 feet right of the left field line. And Aaron Herr's day has come to a close. The Bullfrogs take a 4-1 lead here in the top of the 6th. And it's a new pitcher who comes out. We're going to step away for the pitching change. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American Inn hospitality.
Do you need help organizing your medications? Stop in and see us at the O'Connell Pharmacy about our monthly bubble packing system. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Hello and welcome back to Whitterfield here in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. My name's Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. Top of the 6th inning. Bullfrogs lead the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors 4-1. They've done it off of 7 hits, and they get 2 across here in the top of the 6th off of a 2 RBI single from Alex Pinner. Pinner is now 2 for 3 on the day with 3 RBIs. New pitcher out on the mound for the Raptors will be number 11, Kobe Bishop. Bishop out of Windsor, Colorado. The sophomore left-handed pitcher stands at about 6 foot 170 out of Northeastern College. So far on the season, Bishop has been great for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors this season. Has appeared in 6 games and pitched 6 2/3 innings. Has allowed just 4 hits, 1 earned run, has walked 2 and struck out 12. Is 1-0 on the season for a 1.35 ERA. Quite impressive from the left-handed pitcher. Due up for the Bullfrogs is the owner of the solo shot, Tanner Poole. His first home run of the season, the right-handed batter out of Mississippi State digs in. So Aaron Herr's day has come to a close. We talked about coming into the top of the 6th inning. His pitchers were going all over the place during his warm-up pitches before the inning. He threw 3 wild pitches before the inning started, and then sure enough, he would walk 2 batters and hit Brad Hamilton with the pitch. So it did come into play in the inning, and his day is over. With 2 outs on the board and 2 runners on, Poole stands in. First pitch he sees. Fastball across Broadway, 0-1. Bit of a different pitch speed now that the Bullfrogs are facing off against. Of course, Herr was hitting 91. That fastball goes across at 82. Kobe Bishop out of Windsor, California, deals in the 0-1. Another fastball. That one finds the zone as well. Poole falls behind in the count, 0-2. Bishop looking to get his Raptors team out of a bind here. Alex Pinner takes his lead from first. Troy Johnson takes his from second. Bishop comes set. The lefty checks Johnson at second. From the hip, delivers the 0-2. Another fastball. Ground ball up the middle of the field. Can they make the play? They can't. They're going to send Troy Johnson home. Throw to the plate. In time, Johnson easily slides in to the outs. Ambitious effort there from Troy Johnston. Chris Sabo sent him home. I think Sabo thought the ball was going to get into the outfield. However, the second baseman, or rather the shortstop, Christian Jones, or it was the second baseman, Christian Jones, gets his glove on it and throws it home easily, beating out Troy Johnston for the third out. So it will be an infield single for Tanner Poole. However, the throw home is in time, and it gets Troy Johnston out, who is trying to give the Bullfrogs their fifth run of the game. That will do it for the top of the sixth inning. Bullfrogs lead the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors 4-1.
Hi, folks. This is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in Oconto Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's, we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in Oconto Falls.
They say the great American dream is starting and owning your own business. A lot of you out there right now probably do stuff on the side. Do you regard it just as hobbies and don't even include it on your taxes? What tax savings opportunities are you missing with all the loopholes that the tax code is chock full of? You need someone to drive the bus, as they say, to success. That's 715-735-0583. Milking every last loophole in the tax code for your benefit.
Hello and welcome back to Witter Field here. Bottom of the sixth, Christian Jones dug in. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed, 1-1. Jones watched the first one go by for a ball, watches the second one go by, takes a huge swing at it but misses. Jones so far on the night is 0 for 2 after a night ago belting 3 homers. Can't catch up to another fastball by Wallersheim. Swings and misses at that one. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Christian Jones on the year, batting .242, leads this team in home runs with 10. 1-2 pitch, another fastball, that one wide. Moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the sixth inning here with the Bullfrogs have managed a 4-1 lead. 2-2 pitch comes across, bounces off of the plate and off of the forearm of Hamilton, it looked like. He's shaking his hand there. He's in some pain behind home plate. A full count. Bullfrogs would put 2 runs across in the top half of this inning. It was a 2 RBI single from Alex Pinner. Tanner Poole will dig in and belt a single. However, Troy Johnson would be called out at the plate. 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled back into the backstop netting. Up here past the press box. Full count. Christian Jones digs in, looking for his first hit of the day. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Connor Wallersheim. That's his 7th of the day. He's had a great day. Wallersheim has 99 pitches on the night, so they're going to announce 100 after this. So this will be his last inning out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. There are some right-handed pitchers warming up in the bullpen for the Frogs. We'll see who they bring in. Nonetheless, we're here in the bottom of the sixth, and there's an out on the board after Wallersheim strikes out Jones. First pitch that the new batter, Wyatt Mascarella, sees is an 88-mile-per-hour dart from Wallersheim inside for a ball. He's not fatigued. That's his fastest fastball of the day. 1-0 pitch, another fastball. That one just misses high, 2-0. I mean, this guy's not fatigued at all. He's thrown 101 pitches now, and that one reaches 87. Wow. Left-hander out of Kent State has been feeling it, has not allowed an earned run all night. 2-0 pitch, runs high as well, 3-0 now. Those just missing the zone. I mean, inches from the black. Behind in the count here, however, 3 balls and no strikes. The delivery, that one runs high and wide. That's just the second runner, or rather batter, that Wallersheim has walked all night. Turns around and kind of points over to Riley Smith saying, let's turn 2 here. Wallersheim steps back on the rubber and stares down the new batter, Will Davis. Davis 1 for 2 on the night, recording his first base hit of the season. Is one of just 6 hits that Wallersheim has allowed. Wallersheim deals in that one. Fastball finds the inside lower corner. 0-1, Davis falls behind. Will Davis, a recent addition, of course, to this team. In fact, so new, I don't even have any stats on. This is just his 8th game or so on the year. First pitch he sees, another fastball, line drive foul into the bullpen of the Bullfrogs. Zach Plunkett out there, the catcher for the Frogs, trying to make the leaping grab on it, but couldn't put the mitt on it. An 0-2 count now. Davis stands back in. Runner at first takes his lead in Mascarella. He was walked. The 9-hole hitter awaits. The 0-2 offering. Another fastball. Swung on, ground ball to Smith. Throw to second. In time. No throw to first, however, as Will Davis hits into the fielder's choice. Riley Smith picks the ball out of his glove and throws it over to second. Nato will come out and talk to the infield umpire here for a quick word. I'm not sure what it was about. What it is about, I should say, as it was no doubt the throw to second was in time. So it must be about something else. But Nato is out talking with the infield umpire. Riley Smith tossed the ball over to Ben Hart, who stepped on the bag, beating out the runner. Noto has finished his conversation with the infield umpire and now walking back. Of course, tonight just a 2-man crew. There's a couple of those left in the Northwoods League. A couple guys have been injured, actually. And Noto's irate, very frustrated, yelling at the home plate umpire now. He'll now sit back down in his dugout, and Nick Anderson, the leadoff hitter tonight, digs in. Anderson 0 for 2 on the evening, has struck out and flew out twice. First pitch that comes across is a fastball high, 88 miles per hour. Wallersheim not showing any signs of fatigue. Anderson calls time, looks over at his third base umpire, who throws him the signs, and Anderson stands back in. Throws the bat down on home plate and awaits. Wallersheim down in the count here, 1-0, needs one more out to get out of the inning. The 1-0 to him. Check swing, did he go around? No, he did not. That was close. Brad Hamilton left it there as well. He thought it was in the zone. Nonetheless, a 2-0 count with 2 outs on the board. Runner over at first, and Will Davis takes his lead. Anderson stands in, awaiting the offering. Wallersheim, the lefty, sends it in. 2-0 pitch, runs high and wide. Wallersheim's already walked a runner on the afternoon, or rather in the inning, just his second of the night. A 3-0 count here with 2 outs on the board. The 3-0 fastball just runs high for ball 4. And that is the end of the night for Connor Wallersheim. And it's not necessarily because he had a bad day whatsoever. He has reached his cap. You can't start a new inning after 100 pitches, and he started this inning at 92. So the Bullfrogs were going to use Wallersheim as long and as they possibly could. They have to bring him out here as he reached 110 on that one. He walked 2 batters in this inning, and so the runners at second and at first are on him. New pitcher comes out on the mound. Looks like it's going to be Jake S. We're going to step aside while he warms up. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation Flex Agreement and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
American Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location.
Hello and welcome back to Whitterfield here in Wisconsin Rapids. It's not. It's the bottom of the sixth inning. Connor Wallersheim's day has come to a close, and I think everyone will tip their cap off to him, give him a high five, pat on the bottom, whatever you will. He had an absolute phenomenal showing tonight for the Bullfrogs. I know I throw that word quite often around, but I think it actually is worth saying tonight. Wallersheim on the afternoon would pitch 5 2/3 innings, allow just 6 hits, no earned runs, would walk 3 batters and strike out 7. Jake Esp, the right-handed pitcher out of Villanova, now stands in. Esp, the right-handed pitcher, now facing off against Jake Gunther. First pitch he throws. Curve ball that finds the zone, 0-1. Jake Gunther batting .324 on the year, has 3 homers and 22 RBIs. Would manage a double tonight. Jake Epps comes set, checks the runner at second, gives him another glance, and deals in the 0-1. Fastball, that one's in there. 85-mile-per-hour dart from the long and lengthy right-hander. 0-2. Jake Epps, of course, one of the taller players on the team. Of course, stands in at 6'5". Solid basketball player as well, actually. The righty deals in the 0-2. Another fastball. Breaking ball, rather. That one just running low. Had some curve on it. A 1-2 count here with 2 outs on the board. Coming into the game, Jake Esp has been one of the better pitchers out of the bullpen for the Frogs. The righty comes set and checks the runner at second. Deals in the 1-2. Another fastball. Swung on line, driving to left. That's going to score the runner. He's rounding third. They're going to send Nick Anderson. He's going to stop at third, but it's going to be a RBI for Jake Gunther. It's an RBI double for the designated hitter, or rather the right fielder. Jake Gunther now 2 for 4 on the day with 2 doubles, and the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors edge just a bit closer. That earned run will be off of Connor Wallersheim, his lone earned run of the day. With that being said, 2 runners in scoring position now. The tying run stands at second. Anderson over at third and Gunther at second. Ryan Steckel now digs in. First pitch he sees, fastball way inside. Steckel has to dodge away from that one. A 1-0 count. Steckel on the day 1 for 2 with a walk. Would be stranded at third in the last inning. 1-0 pitch, fastball. That one misses. Or rather, that one had some curve on it, to be exact. Count will move to 2-0. The fans here, 1,000 strong, begin chanting for their hometown team. Not too many losses have come in this stadium this year. 2-0 pitch, another fastball. That one runs high and wide. A 3-0 count now. Standing on deck is arguably one of the best players in the Northwoods League as well, Dustin Woodcock. Ryan Steckel's not too shabby either. 338 on the year. 3-0. Fastball misses wide. Bases loaded now, and the fans really get into it. Jake Esp, the right-handed pitcher out of Villanova, has been called in and asked to get the Bullfrogs out of a bind. came into the game with 2 runners on and 2 outs on the board. Jake Gunther, one of the best players in the Northwoods League, probably a future All-Star, managed an RBI double, which brought the Raptors within 2. He takes a lead over at second. We will rock you plays in the background now. You can feel some electricity throughout the air here in Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. Jake S. comes set, the right-handed pitcher. Deals in a fastball that finds the outside black. Dustin Woodcock watched it go by. Woodcock on the day 0 for 2. Was hit by a pitch and his lone time that he's gotten on base. Batting .344 on the year. If you're a Bullfrog fan, the last batter you want up to bat. 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, fouled away. It's into the backstop. And Woodcock falls behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs on the board. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning where the Bullfrogs have a 4-2 lead. The Raptors managed to get a run across in the bottom half already. Jake Epps comes set. Checks the runner at third and Anderson. Takes a breath and sends in the 0-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, but it's dropped, strike 3. It won't matter. Wait a minute. He got him. That was dangerous. Wow. It swung on and missed. Anderson noticed that it was dropped, strike 3, and he ran in nearly, beating out Brad Hamilton to the plate. All Hamilton had to do was step on the home plate bag, of course, to record the out at home for the force out. However, Anderson made it interesting there. Hamilton is able to get out of it, but more importantly, Jake Epps gets out of it. Tosses in a strike and a strikeout to end the frame, leaving the bases loaded. An impressive play by the Villanova product, to say the least. And on to the 7th inning we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
At 24/7 Well and Pump Service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site. Whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines, they'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 Well and Pump Service, Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Do you feel like you're paying too much for your medication? Stop in at Oconto Pharmacy and see our pharmacist, Ron or Poom, about our cost minimization program. We can save you some money. The Oconto Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Hello and welcome back to Winter Field here, top of the 7th, about to get underway. It'll still be Kobe Bishop out on the bump for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, and due up for the Bullfrogs will be Willie Bourbon. Bourbon, the first baseman for the Bullfrogs, is 0 for 2 on the night. Bullfrogs would manage a base hit in the top of the 6th inning, and the last batter, however, Troy Johnson, would be sent home and called out at the plate in a play that honestly wasn't really close. Nonetheless, Bourbon digs in now, the left-handed hitter out of Northwestern. The Bullfrogs have a 4-2 lead over the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. First pitch he sees from Busby, or rather not Busby, but number 11, not 10. Kobe Bishop runs high for a ball, a 1-0 count. Bourbon, who's 0 for 2 on the day, digs back in. Has been struggling this season, batting below 160 after his 0 for 2 day already. And another one runs by low, a 2-0 count now. The 2-0 offering. That one runs high also, 3-0 count now. The Bullfrogs would take a 1-0 lead back in the 2nd inning. The Raptors would respond with a run of their own, then take a 2-1 lead off of a Tanner Poole solo shot. And Bourbon watches the 3-1 pitch pepper the upper portion of the plate. 3-1 now. And then Alex Pinner would manage a 2 RBI single in the top of the 6th to give the Frogs a 4-1 lead. 3-1 pitch. That's a fastball that runs high and, or rather low and outside for ball 4. Willie Bourbon will turn around, flip his bat over towards his dugout, and get on first over by Mike Ramazzani, the first base coach. Gets a nice high five from the University of San Diego assistant coach and takes his lead. His first time that he's been on base tonight. He stands in over at first with no outs on the board, and Alonzo Jones, the center fielder, will dig in. He's 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch he sees, fastball way inside, and in fact, it's off of the inside of Alonzo Jones. I'm not sure if it hit him, maybe it just nipped him, in fact. But it hit him on the jersey, that's what it was. The Jones, I guess there's a reason he wears that baggy number 20. In fact, the pitch is off of him. And just like that, runners at first and second. A walk and then a hit by pitch, a pitch later. And now 2 runners on for the Bullfrogs. Alonzo Jones over at first and Willie Bourbon at second. Riley Smith, the shortstop, will dig in. Smith is 0 for 3 on the day, with 2 strikeouts. We're in the top of the 7th inning where the Bullfrogs currently have a lead against the Rafters. I don't know if I've said that this season, but maybe once or twice coming into today. Of course, overall on the year, they've been outscored 32 to just 4. There's a mound meeting going on with the first baseman, catcher, and pitcher. Pitcher right now, Bishop, Mascarella, and Steckel, that is. Home plate umpire thinks it's taking too much time and walks out there and says, come on, guys, let's get this baseball game rolling. We've had about 2.5 hours of play time thus far. Kobe Bishop, the third pitcher we've seen tonight for the Raptors. Riley Smith, the shortstop, will dig in. He waves his bat all around his head, awaiting the offering from Bishop. 2 runners on here with no outs on the board. Shows bunt, but pulls it away. It was low, 1-0. First baseman Ryan Steckel had ran all the way over into the infield grass to grab that one. And now the third baseman and first baseman playing on the infield grass, in fact. Just off of the infield dirt. Bishop comes set, sends in the 1-0. Shows bunt, gets away from the catcher, and runners off from second and first. They'll get to the next base easily. The pitch from Bishop runs way inside and low. In fact, Riley Smith has to jump in the air to dodge away from that one from hitting him. So it moves 2 runners over, and just like that, now the Bullfrogs staring down a couple of more runs. With no outs on the board, Willie Bourbon stands over at third, and Alonzo Jones stands at second. Riley Smith, who's 0 for 3 on the day, is due, batting .300 on the season coming into the game. Bishop, the left-handed pitcher for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, comes set. Checks the runner at second, and Jones and deals in the 2-0. It's a fastball, right across Broadway. Moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. No outs on the board here at Whitterfield. And Smith awaits. The 2-1. Another fastball. That's across the plate. And by that, I mean it bounces across the plate, in fact. And it moves the count to a hitter's count. 3 balls and a strike. Riley Smith out of Minnesota University. Grew up in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. During his freshman season, would bat .299 and be named a Big Ten freshman team. Runners take their lead. 3-1. Way inside for ball 4, a fastball that Riley Smith has to scoot away from. And the bases are loaded for the cleanup hitter, Brad Hamilton. Brad Hamilton, the best hitter on the season for the Bullfrogs. But with that being said, has had his ups and downs. Started the year out on fire. In fact, was batting .460 for the first 10 games or so. I mean, the guy was unreal. And then, of course, you can't keep that up. So it goes down a little bit. He had his struggles, a little bit of a slump. And because he was hitting so good to start the year, besides the fact that he went 5 or 6 games without recording a hit, his batting average still stayed above about .320 or so. And then since then, that's about what he's done. Manages a hit or two just about every game. So far tonight, however, Brad Hamilton's 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the last inning, and he stands on deck swinging his bat with the weight on it and is kind of impatient as well. Staying on deck, he has his hand up in the air almost as if to say, come on, what's taking so long? I want to bat here. I want to do something. And sure enough, Bishop's day has come to a close, so we're going to see the fourth pitcher of the night here for the Rafters. We're going to step away. We're in the top of the 7th inning. The Bullfrogs have the bases loaded with no outs on the board. We're going to be back. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin, every Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brew Pub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Hello and welcome back to Whitterfield here in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. Top of the 7th inning, no outs on the board, and the Bullfrogs have the bases loaded. Due up for the Frogs will actually be Mikey Falia. My apologies, I thought Brad Hamilton was up. But of course, knowing him, he's up and ready to go whenever. The guy is a go-getter for the Bullfrogs this season. But it's going to be Mikey Falia who digs in. Mikey Falia, the designated hitter out of UC Irvine, on the days 0 for 2. But would come around to score in the 6th inning, and would, because he was walked, I should say. Got on base off the walk and then came around to score for the Frogs. The right-handed hitter out of UC Irvine, grew up in Irvine, California. I think I mentioned it earlier in the game, but he used to grow up going to games. He was talking to one of the newcomers on the team. Of course, the Bullfrogs signed 2 pitchers today, actually. I'm curious to see if they'll come in and pitch because, of course, last night Alex Tadola was re-signed to the team, and he pitched in his first day in a Bullfrogs uniform since coming back to the team. However, Jake F's got the Bullfrogs out of a bind in the bottom of the 6th inning, so he'll likely come back after this inning is over. And we'll see how long that will be as the Bullfrogs have the bases loaded with no outs on the board. Mikey Falia, the left fielder, digs in. He stands in, waves his bat around. First pitch from the new pitcher, Busby, is a fastball that runs way outside, 1-0. Mikey Falia, as mentioned, 0 for 2 on the day. Comes into the game for the Bullfrogs, supporting a batting average around 300. The righty stands in, staring down the new pitcher, Cameron Busby, and calls time and steps out. Catcher Mascarella will jog out to the mound to exchange a quick word with Busby. Walks back with him to the mound, still exchanging some words. Gives him a little pat on the back, and now will run back behind home plate. Supporting the all-maroon catcher's gear here. It's a nice look. Mikey Falia digs in. Taps his bat on home plate and awaits the offering. Busby comes set, deals in the 1-0. Sidearm fastball that's right across home plate. 1-1. Busby with one of those releases that is almost sidearm-ish. And it got past Falia there on 1-1 count with no outs on the board. Bourbon takes a lead from third, Jones from second. 1-1 pitch finds the outside black. Busby gets ahead in the count, 1-2, after throwing a ball to the first batter he faced in Falia. Smith takes the lead over at first. The 1-2, way outside, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Falia supporting tonight that neon green grip on his back. last night, the first time he showed it off, said he was going to keep it for a special occasion. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. 1 out on the board. Cameron Busby 2 outs away from getting out of the jam. Busby comes into the game for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors as arguably their best pitcher. Has appeared in 12 games and allowed just 1 earned run in 20 innings pitched for a 0.45 ERA. Has a 0-0 record and is called on to come into situations like this throughout the season. Has been successful with it, as you can tell. Hamilton digs in now, the designated hitter, or rather the catcher tonight, and the cleanup hitter. First pitch he sees, fastball wide. 1-0. Brad Hamilton, the catcher, leading this Green Bay Bullfrogs team in batting average at .326. 10 RBIs on the year. 1-0. Across the plate, ground ball to second. Toss to first in time. It's a double play, and it's the bases left stranded for the Raptors. The Bullfrogs missed outs on some runs there. On to the bottom of the 7th we go. It's the 7th inning stretch, and the Bullfrogs have a 2-run lead. Missed out on an opportunity to add a couple more there. Stay tuned for the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Witter Field here. Bottom of the 7th inning, about to get underway. Jake F. still out on the bump for the Bullfrogs. Due up for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors will be Bryson Stott, Jackson McGowan, and Christian Jones. Bryson Stott has been great today. 2 for 3 on the night, but has gotten on base in all 3 plate appearances. Would hit into an error back in the 2nd and would come around to score. The Bullfrogs lead 4-2. They manage runs in the 2nd and the 3rd, and then a 2-run top of the 6th inning. Missed out on an opportunity to play a couple more in the top of the 7th. The bases would be loaded with no outs on the board. They'd get the nod to Cameron Busby, who has been their ace this season. He comes in and leaves the bases loaded. Bryson Stott digs in. F sends him a fastball and finds the outside corner. 0-1. Bryson Stott, the shortstop, as mentioned, 2 for 3 on the day, batting .323 on the year. 27 RBIs to his name. 0-1 pitch. That's a curveball outside. Moves the count to 1-1. Jake S. out of Villanova University, out on the bump tonight for the Bullfrogs now, relieving Connor Wallersheim, who had a great day. 1-1 pitch. That's a curveball that finds the zone. Dipping from 9 to 3, 1-2. F's out of Sugar Grove, Illinois. 1-2, way inside. Good Lord. Bryson Stott has to hop over that one. I mean, legitimately, he hopped over it. It was a fastball that got away from Esp, and it moves the count to 2-2. Jake S. would appear in 20 games this past season for Villanova University, supporting a 4.28 ERA. The 2-2 pitch, fastball way inside and in the dirt. Hamilton puts the mid on it and throws it back to Esp, who walks around on the mound and now toes it. It's a full count now to stop. 3 balls and 2 strikes, no outs on the board. Bottom of the 7th inning, Bullfrogs lead 4-2. The payoff, fastball inside, low in the dirt, and it's ball 4, the first base runner of the inning for the Rafters. That will bring up Jackson McGowan, who is 0 for 3 on the day. McGowan with 2 strikeouts, both off the hand of Connor Wallersheim. Jake S. comes set, the righty out of Villanova. Stares down McGowan, the right-handed hitter. Tosses in a fastball, and that's low and inside at the knees, 1-0. S checks the runner over at first. Kicks the leg and sends in the 1-0. That's a fastball that I thought found the zone, but it must have been low and inside. 2-0. At the knees there. Jake S., the righty, maneuvers the ball around his fingers behind his hip. Now comes set. Checks the runner at first and deals in the 2-0. Fastball found away back into the backstop. Moves the count to 2-1. That's pretty good at keeping batters off balance. Back in 2016, he would have his challenges at an 8.65 ERA during his freshman campaign, but would hold his opponents to just a .179 on base percentage. That's not bad. Deals in the 2-1. Another fastball. That one's fouled away right side. Past the backstop and past the stadium here. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty good basketball player, as Biz. Would be a top 10 scorer all time for his high school at Marion Academy, where he was a 3-time letter winner. Runner off from first. The 2-2 swung on and fouled off. The runner will have to jog back to home, or rather first base. Brad Hamilton nearly caught it off of the bat as well. I don't think the throw would have been in time, as the runner over at first down had a pretty good jump on it. However, McGowan just misses out on the hat trick there. Hamilton nearly got the ball in his hand. Or glove, I should say. Jake S., the right-handed pitcher out of Villanova University, readjusts his pants, and now comes set. Toes the rubber. The 2-2, fastball, swung on and missed. There's the first down of the inning. The second K of the night for Jake S. Would end the 6th inning with the bases loaded with a strikeout. So he struck out 2 and has walked 2 in this one. That'll bring up Christian Jones, the second baseman. Jones on the day, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Delivery into Jones is a breaking ball that finds the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Christian Jones 0 for 2 a day after he would belt 3 home runs for the Raptors. Arguably one of the best days that anyone's had all season in the Northwood League. A little toss back to first. Make sure that the runner's not going anywhere. Count is still 0-1. Toes the rubber and checks the runner at first. Comes set, nods his head, and sends in the 0-1. Fastball, swung on and missed. Jones looking to send that one to the moon. A huge swing. Was late on it, however. An 86-mile-per-hour heater from S. That's the fastest we've seen from him. 0-2 count here on this Wednesday night. Solid crowd on Bark in the Park night. Nice puppies running around everywhere. What a good night. Dogs, baseball, and beer. Can't beat that. 0-2 pitch from S. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. The second straight strikeout for Jake Asp. 2 outs on the board now here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jones is frustrated with himself. A slow walk back to the dugout with his head down. Drops his batting helmet just down on the bench and goes and sits in the dugout. Wyatt Mascarella, the catcher, will now dig in. Mascarella's had a good night. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. The right-handed hitter stands in, supporting the white tape and white batting gloves. Throws his bat down on home plate a couple of times, and S deals to him. Runner off from first. Throw to second is low, and it's into the outfield. Alonzo Jones is there, however, and so Stott won't go anywhere after stealing second. And Noto, the head coach of the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, is thrown out of the game. Home plate umpire Austin Nelson throws him out. He doesn't make a big deal about it. He just says, "You're out of here. You're out of here." And now Noto is in his face yelling at him. He's clapping his hands. He is irate. He can't believe it. You normally don't see this in the Northwoods League. I mean, again, you got to remember, I mean, these are kids that are just trying to better themselves for their schools. And, I mean, these guys umpires aren't making nearly any money. I mean, it's just an experience for them. But Noto is in this guy's face. He can't believe it. This is the first time all season I've seen anyone get thrown out of a game as well. I'm unsure of what Noto was screaming at him. And I couldn't tell you. Of course, this is just a 2-man crew trying to do a 3-man crew job. The runner went off from first, got to second safely, no problem. However, Noto is very disappointed in something. He's already been thrown out of the game, so nothing to lose at this point. He starts to walk back, and now he's back talking to him again. Home plate umpire for the night, Austin Nelson, is done with it, and Noto he's frustrated. Gets a ovation from the crowd, but he's going to grab his things and watch from the stands, I guess. First time I've seen anyone get thrown out of the game. Nonetheless, Mascarella will dig back in. He's down in the count 0-1. The ball that would come across would find the zone. Runner in scoring position now, however, after the stolen base. Mascarella stands in. S deals him, or rather steps off of the mound. As time is called, Mascarella called it. Noto leaves the stands. Wow. What a night for baseball. So he will be walking back to the clubhouse, and Mascarella stands in now. He waves the lumber around. 0-1 pitch to him. Breaking ball that misses low. A 1-1 count now with 2 outs on the board. I think he's been frustrated with the way Ben Hart at second has been covering the bag. Because I think that's what the argument was about earlier in the game. 1-1 pitch, fastball, right across the plate, 1-2. Of course, he would come over to cover the bag on the throwdown on the stolen base as well. So I guess that's got to be what it was about. But nonetheless, there's 2 outs on the board. It's a 1-2 count, and Noto's gone. As the right-handed pitcher out of Villanova comes set now. Checks the runner and Stott at second and deals in the 1-2. Fastball runs low in the dirt. Solid block by the catcher, Brad Hamilton, to stop that one from getting behind him. Count moves even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-handed hitter, Mascarella, stands in. Waiting the offering from Mess, who checks the runner at second, gives him another glance, and sends in the 2-2. Fastball, check swing, didn't go around. It was outside. A full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here on what, as I mentioned earlier, was really a rainy day and has turned into quite the nice night. Full count, delivery. Swung on a line drive deep into right field. That's going to be all the way into the corner, and that's going to be an RBI for Ryan Mascarella. He's rounding first, and he's going to get to second standing up. It's a stand-up RBI double for Wyatt Mascarella. Gives his best row your boat celebration on second And it's now a 3-4 ball game. A well-hit liner into right scores the runner from second. That ball hit so well, even if Stott was standing at first, he likely would have came across and scored. So now it's a one-run ball game. Both teams with 8 hits on the day. The Bullfrogs with 4, the Raptors with 3 now. Will Davis now digs in. Swings at the first pitch he sees. Ground ball to short. Smith throw to first, way off the bat. This runner will round third and come around to score and tie the game. It was going to be an easy out, and it was going to end the inning. However, it's a ground ball slowly to the shortstop, Riley Smith. He scoops it up, throws it across the field. However, it's way off the bat. Bourbon had no shot to even put a glove on it. And it's another run across. And E6 scores the run and ties the game. Field manager for the Raptors, Noto, didn't get thrown out for nothing. Must have pumped up his team as it's tied up 4-4. Nick Anderson, who's 0 for 3 on the night, now digs in. He's due. Asps comes set, checks the runner at second. Gives him another glance and sends in the first pitch. Runner off, however, it's a balk. No, it's not. Time was called by Anderson. Saw the home plate umpire point to third, so I thought he was saying that it's a balk against Asp. Didn't look like it. However, Anderson calling time as the runner was actually taking off. He was halfway to third by the time he called time. First pitch coming from S. The delivery. Fastball right across the zone, 0-1. Anderson on the season for the Raptors, supporting a .250 batting average. F's comes set the righty. Anderson stands in the 0-1 pitch to him outside. Hamilton puts the mid on it. That nearly got away from him. So it's 2 errors against the Bullfrogs that have scored 2 runs. Bryson Stott would come across and score when he got on base off of an error. And would come across to score off of an error this time around. And the game's tied up 4-4. Another pitch goes by for a ball. A 1-2 count now. Couple more games have gone final. The Lakeshore Chinooks put it on the Rockford Rivets 21-6. Holy smokes. Wisconsin Woodchucks beat the Dock Spiders 3-1. And the runner at second steals third. The 2-1 pitch comes across for a strike. And the count moves even 2-2. It's nearly almost a delayed steal from the runner at second. And Will Davis Anderson takes a cut at the 2-2 pitch. It's a high pop-up in the infield. Ben Hart gets underneath of it and makes the grab. Retiring the inning. However, top of the 8th inning about to get underway, and the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors have tied things up here 4-4. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Last 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Wisconsin law requires all youth athlete organizations to educate coaches, athletes, and parents on the risks of concussions and head injuries. The law prohibits participation in a youth activity until the athlete and parents have signed an agreement sheet indicating they have reviewed concussion and head injury information materials. The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction has published a Sideline to Safety Guidelines for youth athletic organizations. Visit the WIAA website to learn more at www.wiaawi.org.
Hello and welcome back to Witter Field here, Wisconsin Rapids. The Raptors tie it up in the bottom of the 7th inning. 4-4 here. Due up for the Bullfrogs is Ben Hart. Ben Hart on the night for the Frogs is 1 for 3. Would strike out his last time up in the 6th. And actually, he's not due up. I keep getting confused with these guys. It's actually Alex Pinner due up. Or no, that's not right either. It's Troy Johnston, the left fielder. Pinner and Hartz and Johnson all taking swings in the on-deck circle, so I just assumed I shouldn't have done that. And now Troy Johnston digs in. Johnson on the night's 1 for 2 with a run scored and a walk. The left-handed hitter out of Gonzaga stands in. First pitch he sees from Busby. Swung on, chopper to third. Throw to first in time. One batter retired. One pitch, one out will bring up Ben Hart, the second baseman. Hart's 1 for 3 on the day. Now he digs in. The right-handed hitter out of Oakland University. Stands in, exchanges a quick word with the catcher, and actually smiles at him. And so just like that, 1 out on the board. A nice play by Jason McGowan over at third. First pitch Hart sees. A fastball finds the inside corner. 0-1. Ben Hart, the second baseman out of Oakland University, stands in and waves his lumber around. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Just got a piece of it, in fact, found it back into the mitts of Mascarella. An 0-2 count here with an out on the board. Hart on the season, batting .250, has 9 RBIs on the year. Time is called by Hart. Readjusts his batting gloves, grabs some more Pine Tar, and now stands in. Cameron Busby still out on the bump for the Raptors, looking to close this one out. 0-1, sidearm fastball, ring him up. Another strikeout for Cameron Busby. This kid looks good out there on the bump. A backwards K, and it's 2 outs on the board. That'll bring up Alex Pinner, the third baseman. If anyone can get a hit on this Bullfrogs team, it's Pinner. He's hot recently. Talked about it in the past 10 games. He has the best batting average on the team at .345. The lefty stands in, or switch hitter, I should say, batting lefty. Watches the first one go by for a strike and 0-1 count. Cameron Busby, the righty, comes set. Kicks the left, sends in the 0-1. Another sidearm fastball, but that one runs high, 1-1. Alex Pinner's 2 for 3 on the day with 3 RBIs. The 1-1. Another fastball. That one just misses the zone. I think even Alex Pinner thought that one was in there. But it's a 2-1 count here with 2 outs on the board now. Bullfrogs tied up with the Raptors 4-4. 2-1. That one's outside. Hitters count now, 3 balls and a strike. Busby trying to continue his good play. Of course, the 4th pitcher we've seen tonight for the Raptors. Has pitched an inning in 2/3 and has 2 Ks. The 3-1. Swung on. It's a pop-up left side. Foul out of play and into the rat trap. Of course, the beer garden on the left side of the park here. And all sorts of, I think everyone in there went to go try to chase that foul ball. Nonetheless, Pinner will stand in. The switch hitter out of Scottsdale Community College awaits. Payoff pitch inside, ball 4. Alex Pinner gets on base again. He's been great tonight for the Frogs. That'll bring up Tanner Poole, the right fielder. You could say Tanner Poole's having a pretty good day. Tanner Poole 3 for 3 on the night with a run and an RBI. That RBI, a solo shot to left. Coming into the game was batting below .240, but now up to .278 as he's only appeared in about 12 games or so this season. The righty stands in out of Mississippi State. First pitch he sees, fastball wide, Of course, Alex Penner out of Scottsdale Community College, who's over at first, will be joining him next season, as Penner has committed to play for Mississippi State next year. 1-0 pitch. That's a sidearm fastball that runs wide. 2-0 count. Unsure if they've talked about whether or not what it's like out there in Mississippi State next season or not. But they'll be on the same team come next year. Penner takes his lead from first. The 2-0. Fastball runs inside for a strike. An 81-mile-per-hour fastball. And it's a 2-1 count here with 2 outs on the board. Bullfrogs looking to make a 2-out rally here. Bull would hit that home run back in that one. Ground ball right back to Busby. He emphatically grabs it and comes over. Underhand tosses it to Steckel and grabs the 3rd out. Raptors leave one stranded. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Tied up 4-4. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Just like a great coach,
State Farm agents Margie Dolan, Oconto, and Paul Huberty and Lena
can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs, whether it's car, home, life, health, or business.
Agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty
can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change,
agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty
will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm
agents Margie Dolan at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Hello and welcome back to the bottom of the 8th inning. Whitterfield here. Bullfrogs tied up with the Raptors 4-4. Both teams with 8 hits on the night. And it will be Jake Esp dealing things out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Bullfrogs coming into this game against the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors were 0-4. They had been outscored 32-4 in their 4 contests. But tonight, right in it. Tied up 4-4 in the bottom of the 8th, and Jake Gunther will lead things off. First pitch he sees from Esp is a fastball that finds the inside corner, 0-1. Gunther on the night is 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and an RBI. S sends in the 0-1. Fastball inside, just misses the zone at the knees, 1-1. Gunther thought about swinging at that one. Jake Gunther on the season batting .324. He's had his good year so far. S, the righty, takes a deep breath, sends in the 1-1. Another fastball. That one's right across Broadway, and he's ahead in the count now, a ball and 2 strikes. Bullfrogs right in this game here. Of course, they've had their struggles against this team who has seemed unbeatable at times, but tonight they do seem beatable. The 1-2, fastball. Inside for ball 2, evens the count 2-2. Nice crowd here, about 1,000 strong, as mentioned, here in Wisconsin Rapids. Chris Sabo actually signed some autographs before the fans. A couple fans tweeted us pictures of him and them and the signed balls that he had signed for. 2-2, fastball. Runs wide, full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the board. Full count. Jake Gunther, the towering left-handed hitter, stands in. 6'4", 220 freshman. The payoff. Outside for ball 4, and Gunther loves it. Throws his bat, couple little hop steps, and he's over at first. Gets a high five from his coach and stands in. Or rather, takes his lead, I should say. That'll bring up Ryan Steckel. Steckel, the first baseman on the day, 1 for 2 with 2 walks. As Jake Esp has walked another batter. And that's been his Achilles heel here tonight so far, has walked 3. The righty deals in the new one, shows bunt, it's high. Brad Hamilton popped up and faked a snap throw to first, but Gunther was back in plenty of time. Esp has pitched an inning in the third, has allowed 1 earned run, 2 hits, has walked 3 and struck out 3. 1-0, swung on, a fly ball into right, foul territory, in fact, over into the bullpen. 1-1. Bullfrogs were ahead in this game 4-1 at one point in this game. But a 2-run bottom of the 7th from the Raptors put them back in it. Throw back to first, this little toss back. And a 1-1 count. Ryan Steckel out of Lancaster, New York, stands in. Throw back to first. That one actually had some heat on it. But Gunther slides back safely, 1-1. Steckel out of Canisius College. The junior would bat .333 this past season with 41 RBIs. Had a great year. 1-1 pitch. Comes across for a strike. 1-2. Watch that one go by. It's a 1-2 count now. No outs on the board. Go back to first. Not in time. That nearly got all the way into the bullpen of the Bullfrogs. Willie Bourbon able to snag it, however. That could have been dangerous. The ready deals in the 1-2. Runs inside and it gets past Hamilton. Gunther off to second. He'll get there easily. Two balls and 2 strikes now. Runner in scoring position now after that one goes by wildly. The 2-2. Swung on, sliced away right side. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bullfrogs, of course, struggled in their first season. Two. Swung on, slow grounder to first. Bourbon scoops it up, underhand toss to Esp in time, just beating out Ryan Steckel. Steckel thought that he had beat out the throw from Bourbon, but he does not. The runner at second elects not to move over a bag, surprisingly. Not the best base running, I think, from the runner over at second and Gunther. I think he could have moved over to third quite easily there, as it was a slow grounder over to the first baseman. He underhand tosses it to Esp, who steps on the bag. 1 retired. Dustin Woolcott now digs in. He's 0 for 3. First pitch he sees. Fastball high and wide, 1-0. Bullfrogs looking to start off this second half of the season on the right foot. Time is called by the catcher, Hamilton. And everything is reset. Of course, they would finish 9th in the South Division the first time around. We'll see what we can do here in the second. 1-0 pitch. Fastball gets away from the catcher, Hamilton, runner off to third. The go-ahead run now standing over at third as we're here in the bottom of the 8th. That would give the Raptors a lead if it can come across. That one will go down as a pass ball, as Hamilton could have had his glove on. But a 2-pass ball, rather a wild pitch and a pass ball, moves the runner at first over to second and then third. He got on off of a walk. It was the 3rd walk that Est allowed in the game. The 2-0. Fastball, that's wide also. A 3-0 count now with an out on the board. We're tied up 4-4 in a game where the Frogs had a 4-1 lead. Time is called, and I think they're going to intentionally walk Dustin Woodcock. In fact, they will. And so ball 4 will put Dustin Woodcock over at first, and Bryson Stott will come up to the plate. Stott on the day is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a walk. Has come around to score twice for the Rafters. And so Brad Hamilton calls the sign there that he wants the intentional walk. He wants to try to make Stott hit into a double play here and get the Frogs out of the inning. Not a bad decision at all by the Bullfrogs. Notably, that's the first time we've seen the Frogs do that this season, and for that matter, any team do that. But not a bad choice by Hamilton here late in the game. Jake Epps, the righty, holds the ball behind his right hip. Checks the runner at first. Comes set. Deals in the first pitch. Fastball wide, 1-0. Bryson Stott on the season, batting .323 out of UNLV, where this past season would bat .294. 1-0 pitch. Fastball that finds the outside black. About at the knees, a 1-1 count now with an out on the board and runners on the corners. Jake Epps, the righty out of Villanova, toes the rubber. Rubs his cheek sweat off on his sleeve and checks the runner at first. Comes set, nods his head, sends in the 1-1. That runs wide. Another fastball. Took a little off of it, however. 2 balls and a strike. Stott, as mentioned, 2 for 3 on the day. Jake Esp has walked 3 batters already tonight and has struck out 3. 2-1. Runs wide. A 3-1 count now. Jake Esp actually, after the intentional walk, has walked 4. Standing on deck for the Rafters is Jackson McGowan, who's 0 for 4 on the day. Esp sends in the 3-1. Fastball swung on, a skyrocketed fly ball into right center. Alonzo Jones has the read. The runner tags up. Throws from center field. Not in time. Runner tags up and scores. Bryson Stott does just enough to send one out into center that scores the runner from third. It's a sacrifice fly RBI from Bryson Stott. And that will bring up Jackson McGowan. It's 2 outs on the board, and unfortunately, it's a tough run to give up for the Bullfrogs. Of course, Esp would walk the runner, and then he would get over to second off of a wild pitch, and then get to third off of a pass ball. McGowan digs in. First pitch he sees. Fastball finds the outside corner, 0-1. That one swung on, fouled away left side. Over into the bullpen of the Rafters. An 0-2 count now with 2 outs on the board. Jackson McGowan, who's 0 for 4 on the day, digs in. He's batting .133 on the year. 0-2. Swung on a belted fly ball into deep center. Alonzo Jones has the read, and he's got the ball in his glove for the third out. That will do it for the bottom of the 8th inning. The Wisconsin Rapids Rafters take a 5-4 lead off of a sacrifice fly from Bryson Stott. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned. Frogs look to rally.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin, every Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brew Pub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Hello and welcome back to Witter Field here in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. New pitcher out on the bump for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. It's right-handed pitcher number 45, Lane Henderson, out of Laverne, California. The junior plays for Azuna Pacific University. The right-hander is going to look for the save here against the Bullfrogs as the Frogs trail by 1 run, 4-5 in favor of the bad guys. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, of course, take a 5-4 lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. All of their runs, for the most part, coming late in the contest. The Bullfrogs would take a 1-0 lead in the second. That was followed by a run of the Raptor zone, which tied the game 1-1. Tanner Poole would hit a solo shot in the top of the third, giving the Frogs a 2-1 lead. And then Alex Pinner would hit a 2 RBI single in the top of the sixth, giving the Frogs a 4-1 lead. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors would respond with a run, bringing the score to 4-2. 2 runs in the bottom of the seventh, tying it up 4-4. And then a sacrifice fly from Bryson Stott gives the Raptors a lead. 5-4 now in favor of the Raptors, and due up for the Frogs is the 9-1-2 hitters. Willie Bourbon digs in. First pitch he sees from the new pitcher is swung on and missed, 0-1. Lane Henderson now out on the bump for the Raptors. Henderson rocks back, sends in the 0-1. Another fastball. That one's way inside. Bourbon has to scoot away from that one. Henderson on the season comes into the game with a 3.08 ERA. This is his 12th appearance. 1-1. Swung on and missed. Bourbon behind that one. Moves the count to 1-2. Bullfrogs with just 3 outs left of their names. Henderson has pitched 11 2/3 inning. Has struck out 22 and only walked 4. The righty steps off of the rubber and resets. Bourbon stands in awaiting. Bourbon on the day for the Bullfrogs. 0 for 2 with a walk. Watches that one skip across the plate. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Bullfrogs would finish in the cellar nearly of the South Division for the first half of the season. And their mentality for this second half, it's a new season. Everyone's record 0-0. If you click on the standings, Bullfrogs trying to make it 1-0. 2-2 pitch found away left side. Bourbon just got a piece of it. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bourbon steps out of the batter's box, walks over towards the dugout, readjusts his batting gloves, takes a check swing, and awaits. Restraps his gloves again and stands back in. The lefty taps home plate twice and waves it around. The 2-2. Inside, full count. Willie Bourbon has struggled this season for the Bullfrogs. Coming into the at-bat, batting just 171. Does have a home run on the season and was a walk-off homer against Kalamazoo. Alonzo Jones stands on deck. The payoff. Inside, ball 4. Gets away from the catcher as well, but Bourbon's not going to try to take off for 2. He'll jog on over to first base. That is just the 4th batter that Henderson has walked all season, or rather 5th batter that he has walked all season. That's to 22 strikeouts. Impressive. But the Bullfrogs do exactly what they need to do. They get a runner on in the bottom of the 8th inning. Alonzo Jones, arguably the best batter for the Bullfrogs, now digs in. The leadoff hitter's 1 for 3 on the day. Was hit by a pitch his last time up. First one he sees. Shows bunt, and it comes inside and hits him again. Alonzo Jones all the way over to first off of it. And he likes it. He throws his bat and sprints over to first. Oh, actually, now he's kind of hobbling around a bit. Now he feels it. That hurts. That's why he threw the bat. He's going to call time and walk it off. That's got to hurt. The pitch gets away from Henderson, and now it's 2 runners on. I don't know what Alonzo Jones did to these pitchers before the game, but that's the second time he's been hit. It's the third time he's been on base today in 5 plate appearances. Managed a base hit back in the third. Looks like Jones is good, however, and so he will take his lead over at first. Willie Bourbon takes his from second, and Riley Smith, the right-handed hitter out of the University of Minnesota, digs in. Riley Smith 0 for 3 on the day, was walked his last time up. He's due, batting .300 on the season. Tying runs, standing in scoring position at second with no outs on the board. Henderson, the righty, checks the runner at second and deals. Shows Bunny, lays it down. A perfect bunt. In fact, it's going to move everybody over one. But the pitcher, Henderson, picks it up and throws it to first. Smith nearly beat it out. It's a perfectly executed sacrifice bunt. Tip your hat off to the Minnesota guy. Not going to show up in the stat books. However, the runners at second moves to third, and the runner at first moves to second. That will bring up Mikey Falia. Falia on the day 0 for 3 with the walk and a run. All he needs is a base hit here, and it's going to tie the game. A well-hit ball could easily score the speedy Jones from second. Henderson comes set, all the infielders playing off of the infield grass. First pitch he sees. Fastball across the plate. And by that I mean in the dirt, bounces off the plate. 1-0. Falia, the UC Irvine product, gives a check swing and stands back in. Taps home plate one time and comes set. Henderson, the righty, checks the runner at third and deals in the 1-0. Swung on, fouled back into the backstop, just underneath of it. He makes a little better contact on that one. That's going to be a blooper over the head of the infielders. Infielders playing way in here. A 1-1 count with an out on the board. Runners take their leads at second and third. Standing on deck is Brad Hamilton. The 1-1. Fastball outside. A 2-1 count now. Fans sit on the edge of their seats here. 1 out on the board. The Rafters just need 2 more to grab the victory. 5-4 advantage in favor of the Rafters. 2-1. Fastball that runs outside and low. Also a hitter's count now. 3 balls and a strike. And out on the board, Lane Henderson trying to get his Rafters out of it here. Takes a deep breath, and there's no one warming up notably in the bullpen for the Rafters, at least from where I can see from here. Henderson comes set. The righty nods his head, takes another deep breath, comes set and deals in the 3-1. Fastball swung on and missed. Falia behind it. Actually took a bit off of it. Only reached 78 there. And it's a full count now as the breeze starts to blow in. A 3-2 count with an out on the board. Falia stares down his bat, gives the check swing, touches home plate once, and comes set. Henderson, the righty, comes set from the hip. Checks the runner at third, kicks and sends it in. 3-2, finds the outside corner. They ring him up. Falia thought it was ball 4. He was halfway to first. Gives a quick glance to the home plate umpire and walks back to the dugout. That was close. By no means was it definitely a ball, but it was close, just nipping the outside black. 2 outs on the board now. Runners, or rather infielders, back to their normal positions. First pitch to Hamilton. Swung on and missed. 0-1. 1 out away are the Rafters from scoring this one. 1 swing away from Hamilton could give the Frogs the lead. Hamilton waves his bat around. Henderson sends in the 0-1. Swung on. It's a belting line drive left field. That drops just foul. Holy smokes, that was close. Brad Hamilton can't believe it. He thought that he had given his Bullfrogs the lead here in the top of the 9th inning. A near perfect hit ball from Hamilton. Pulled it all the way down the left field line, just falling foul. By inches, by feet, by centimeters. It's a game of inches, and that one not going in the favor of the Bullfrogs. Brad Hamilton coming into the at-bat for the Frogs is 0 for 3. The best batter in the Frogs lineup, the cleanup hitter. An 0-2 count after fouling that one away. The lone returning Bullfrog stands in. The 0-2 delivery. Fastball swung on and missed. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors rally to take the victory. Henderson gets the save for the Raptors. Losing pitcher on the night is Jake S. to the Bullfrogs. The Frogs leave 2 runners stranded in scoring position at second and third in the top of the 9th. Brad Hamilton was nearly the hero, but he goes down swinging in the top of the 9th. The Raptors grab the victory 5-4 here in Wisconsin Rapids. The Bullfrogs will be back in action tomorrow in Green Bay to take on the Raptors tomorrow. The Frogs dropped to 0-1 on the second half of the season and overall dropped to 12-24. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors continue their dominance over this Green Bay Bullfrogs team. They've won all 5 contests. And in the words of Chris Sabo, after last time the Bullfrogs faced off against this team, they have our number. We're going to step aside. We'll come back with the postgame show after this. A tough loss. Brad Hamilton throwing things around in the dugout. He's frustrated. You hate it for him. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Hello and welcome back to Winterfield here in Wisconsin Rapids. The Bullfrogs drop a heartbreaker against the South Division first half champions and the defending Northwoods League champions. They dropped this game 5-4 in favor of the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. They dropped to 0-1 on the second half of the season and 12-24 overall. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors improve their first half record, or rather second half record, to 1-0. Granted, it's a new season, folks. The Bullfrogs can bounce back and already off on a better start than last time. Of course, coming into this game against the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, they had been outscored 32-4. However, tonight they take them all the way down to the wire. They lose with 2 runners in scoring position, and it was a game of inches as the Bullfrogs about 7 inches away from tying things up and taking the lead in the top of the 9th inning off the bat of Brad Hamilton. However, the next pitch would come around, and Hamilton would swing and miss at it, leaving 2 stranded, and unfortunately giving the Bullfrogs their 24th loss of the year. Let's take a look at the scores around the league before we dive into the in-depth box score look. Your scoreboard. The Thunder Bay Border Cats lose to the Mankato Moondogs in Mankato 4-8. The Bismarck Larks game against the Duluth Huskies is almost final. Let me refresh the page here, see if it has gone final, and it has. The Bismarck Larks lose to the Duluth Huskies 5-9. The Rockford Rivets get smoked by the Lakeshore Chinooks 6-21. The Wisconsin Woodchucks beat the Dock Spiders 3-1. The La Crosse Loggers drop a game to the Eau Claire Express 3-5. The Kenosha Kingfish drop a game to the Battle Creek Bombers 2-3. The Waterloo Bucks in the top of the ninth inning trail the Wilmer Stingers 5-6. The St. Cloud Rocks currently, or rather that game's just gone final also, lose to the Rochester Honkers 1-6. The Madison Mallards drop a game to the Kalamazoo Growlers 7-6. And the Green Bay Bullfrogs here in Wisconsin Rapids lose to the Raptors 4-5. They've now dropped all 5 contests against this team in the South Division. This one in a heartbreaking fashion. Your losing pitcher on the night is Jake Esp as we get into the in-depth look at the box score presented by the Knight family. Your losing pitcher on the afternoon is Jake Esp. And your winning pitcher for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors is Busby. Cameron Busby gets the win, and the save goes to Lane Henderson. Gerber started things out for the Raptors. He would pitch 4 1/3 innings, allow 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and strike out 3, walking none. Aaron Herr would come in and pitch an inning in the third. He allowed 2 hits, 2 earned runs, would walk 2, and strike out 4. Bishop would come in to pitch a third of an inning. He allowed 1 hit and would walk 2. Cameron Busby came in to pitch 2 innings. He did not allow a hit, an earned run, but he walked 1 and struck out 2. Lane Henderson would come in the 9th inning, walk 1 batter, and allow no hits or runs, striking out 2. Your in-depth look at the Green Bay roster. Connor Wallersheim would pitch 5 2/3 inning, allow 6 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and strike out 7. Had a really good day for the Bullfrogs, in fact. Jake Esp would pitch 2 1/3 inning. He would allow 2 hits, 2 earned runs, would walk 4, and strike out 3. From top to bottom of the lineup, Alonzo Jones, 1 for 3 with his strikeout. Riley Smith, 0 for 3 with a walk. Mikey Falia would go 0 for 4 with a run scored and a walk. Brad Hamilton would go 0 for 4 with a run scored. Troy Johnston would go 1 for 3 with a run and a walk. Ben Hart would go 1 for 4. Alex Pinner would go 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a walk. Tanner Poole, he would go 3 for 4 with a run and a RBI off of his solo shot. And Willie Bourbon would go 0 for 2 and would be walked twice. Your Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine player of the night is Tanner Poole. Poole went 3 for 4 with a home run, RBI, and a run. Your final one last time here in Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. Green Bay Bullfrogs 4, Wisconsin Rapids Raptors 5. The Bullfrogs allow 8 hits on the day, and they committed 2 errors. They would score 2 hits, however. Or I should say, they would rather hit 8 hits. I know it's been a long day. Tough game for everybody. Nonetheless, we're going to step aside, and we'll catch you tomorrow in Wisconsin, or rather, we'll catch you tomorrow in Green Bay, where the Bullfrogs are set to host the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors for Game 2 of this series. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for lending your ears, and thank you for allowing me to call Green Bay Bullfrogs baseball. As always, it's a pleasure. Thanks to Larry out in the studio, and thanks to Lincoln, who filled in for a little bit as well, helping me out run this game, and for sitting along. It's a tough one tonight. Bullfrogs dropped to 0-1 on the first half of the season, but better days are to come. You've been listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Peace.
Years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Wisconsin law requires all youth athlete organizations to educate coaches, athletes, and parents on the risks of concussions and head injuries. The law prohibits participation in a youth activity until the athlete and parents have signed an agreement sheet indicating they have reviewed concussion and head injury information materials. The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction has published a Sideline to Safety guidelines for youth athletic organizations. Visit the WIAA website to learn more at www.wiaawi.org.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine.
That has been Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on WLCO Stereo FM. Today's game being brought to you by 24/7 Well and Pump, Islandfeld, Scatcherd, and Anderson, the NIW Credit Union, O'Connell Pharmacy, the O'Connell Falls Insurance, Stevenson National Bank and Trust, and with Piggly Wiggly, also by America Inn, Brew Pub Pizza, Cellcom, Tri-City Glass, and Triangle Distributing. Stay tuned for more Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on 107.1 WOCO Stereo FM. Have a great day.